That's almost like a trap.
No. Oh no! Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, damn it, let's talk about that.
I got a
You guys did.
vacuum.
You did. I got a. She got me a vacuum for my birthday, one that had a cord.
I wouldn't do it
Because I get my wheels.
Yeah, of course, there's no right or wrong.
I got Dan the Gold Dip Rose, and I got Suzanne a Dustbuster.
There you go. You gotta take care of it.
Thank you so much. Oh, I can't take the acetaminophen, brother.
Oh, okay. I never take horrible for liver.
Aspirin.
Is it? What's the difference in acetaminophen? Is it?
It'll kill your liver.
This is aspirin. Acetaminophen is acetaminophen. It's Tylenol.
Oh, it has Tylenol.
I can take it, but not that
It
often.
says aspirin on the box.
You know, the only thing I take is Advil.
That's what
I never take it. Ever since I read about what can do to your liver, I don't take it.
Yeah, the acetaminophen is really harsh on your fucking body. I gotta stop saying that.
You know,
On your body.
You know what? Your
I don't know
cussing
what's
is rubbed
wrong
off
with
on
me.
me. Before I met him, I didn't even know the word.
Yeah, sure.
Are you on very many meds, Robert?
Yeah, I'm on all kinds of meds.
Why?
I have Guillain-Barré. I've been trying to get in and talk to Rolly about it because that's what Rolly had.
He had it, but he got completely out of it.
95% of all people that get this get 100% return.
When did you get it?
2001.
Doggone it, and it didn't go away. What
They
is
said
it?
I
Rolly was totally paralyzed.
I woke up
Did
and
you know that?
24 hours later
I had no idea.
I was intubated and I spent 7.5 months in the hospital.
Is it neurological?
Yeah, it's just like MS. It takes your body.
But
attacks
it's like a flu normally.
How does
Well, it comes. It's a syndrome.
It's not a virus.
No, it's not a virus.
But it comes and goes. And his didn't go. Rolly was paralyzed. Rolly said.
For how long?
Did you hear about it can be brought on by West Nile virus?
Rolly said it could be
covered by the flu shot.
Yeah,
Sorry, short minutes.
and
It's
then
so
he started
fast. God,
You
Dan.
didn't know that.
No idea. How long ago? I mean, that had to be a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he
Before I knew him.
Do you guys want to, pardon me, do you guys want to address that Richmond home problem today? Did you see the letter on your desk this morning? The priority buyers letter from Wells Fargo?
What did it say?
I mean, they were approved.
Yeah.
I'll email it to you. Yeah. But should I get it back on the air? Because I told him I was going to
Well,
call
let me
him.
look at that letter.
Okay, I'll email it to you. Did I give you my email? I'm sorry? We need to talk about that. Please harass me in a few. Ask Dan because they went out to your homeowner's place last night. Mark Szymanski said he could go to that homeowner's place in the morning.
Oh, do you want Mark to go?
He doesn't need to.
No.
Actually, maybe.
So ridiculous.
Talk to them.
My
Let's
second opinion might
Let's
be
wait.
Yes.
Let's wait before we get until we get serious.
Yeah, but if he can get out there tomorrow, it's good, actually.
She needs to get something
No,
going.
she needs to pay someone to get it finished. Her house is wide open.
We need to get. I'm going to talk to the district attorney. I really am.
Good.
We have to.
If ever there was
Jefferson County.
We need to talk about it because that's what I tease, by the way.
Oh, Mark,
it is Jefferson.
one of the
Oh, you
lunches.
sure?
Well, it's Lakewood.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a restaurant.
One of the lunches Tom owes you.
What's that?
Tom owes you several lunches.
Oh my God! Stop!
No, listen. He is paying for one of your lunches today. I'm covering it for you.
Okay.
I don't eat till 4.
By proxy.
I literally don't eat till 4.
Aren't you done fasting?
No, I fast every day. I don't eat till 4. I literally eat.
Well, I checked with your wife and she said she can eat, so that's all I
She
cared about.
Oh, I understand that. I only eat or drink between 4 and 6, besides water.
Well, then what Tom's going to guess, you're going to miss out on the lunch he's buying.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty
that's
simple,
so
man.
Tom
That
owes
is
his lunches,
so-
but you don't
How
need
does it?
God.
I want to cover.
I want to do that.
I want to take
Even
it
on the
whole
weekends.
office. I want the whole office.
I'm just now getting used to it. I've
Your
done it
whole office. I
solidly
want to buy lunch for everybody.
about a week with
I don't care
zero
what you
cheese.
get. Just whatever you want.
Jimmy John's. We love Jimmy
Who
John's.
do I talk to get that taken care of?
Well, we'll order it. Suzanne does it.
Well, then, how do I tell her?
Yeah, he gone today?
He wants to buy Jimmy John's for everyone.
I want the all staff too. Everybody.
Well, our staff's off, so the only one we have, this is it.
Oh, well, I picked the right day.
The only extra one would be Dad. Is Ted down there?
Why don't you buy it for the whole building?
No.
I'd have to use your credit card, Mark.
No, we don't want.
This is not
I don't want another iPad.
Are you going to tell me you
I
have a
can't,
sister
I
that
can't.
works?
No, I need to borrow Tom's card, so I'm going to take care of this.
You know, when he was in studio and I was giving him shit, his dad was texting him.
I know, I watched the whole thing.
He knows everything. I swear to God, he listens. I know. I can add the details.
Right on, great. Ted goes, my dad's telling me to leave. I'm thinking, oh shit, well.
I didn't want to go that far.
I was wondering if...
Was Ted mad?
He wasn't,
No,
no.
he wasn't.
Does he like us still?
Oh, God,
I
yeah.
don't think so.
No, he's a great guy.
No,
He's actually a very good character.
Yeah.
He's smart, too.
He is smart, too.
Latino, the Troubleshooter.
Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. And I do appreciate you being around.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. We are here to help you solve all of your problems, answer your questions, take your complaints, and make your life just a little easier. So, what's on your mind? All you have to do is call us. You know what today is? Today is Valentine's Day. Oh, so many people celebrate Valentine's Day in different ways. It's become such a big deal. It used to be really I don't know, it wasn't that big of a deal. For some reason, it's a big deal.
It's a Hallmark holiday.
So, let's
Don't you agree, honestly?
Yeah. You mean for the
It's like a made-up holiday that all of a sudden we got strapped into buying Hallmark cards.
But listen,
not that I don't love
It's
that.
so dumb.
It's dumb. You think it's dumb,
I
Suzanne?
do, Tom. I really do.
Well, for some reason...
I got her a vacuum.
Well, here's what I want to talk about. I do want to talk about Valentine's Day today, because it is Valentine's. We're going to take all of your consumer problems, questions, and complaints, and we're going to solve them just like we do every problem, okay? We're going to do that. But we also will allow you to call about your loved one, whether it's your mom, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend. We will make the call for you. So we're going to get some romantic music, and we will allow you to profess your love on the air, and then you'll have it forever in the podcast. So we'll surprise your loved one. We do this every Valentine's Day. I've been doing it for 20 years. We'll call, or more. We've been on the air 40, but I don't know how long I've been doing this. We call your loved one. Then you make your declaration public. Like, honey, you know, from the day I met you, my love has grown, blah, blah, blah. And the music will play, and everyone can hear it. And we'll surprise her or him. So, to do that, you can call 303-713-TALK. Then what Suzanne does is she'll get the other party on the line, and we'll surprise her. You can also call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. That will also work. In fact, you're going to have to, because usually we have run over. And it's just going to be fun. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to call and surprise your loved ones. We also have a serenade. What's their name? They come every year. I'll figure it out in a minute here. And they will be here singing. And we can also do a serenade to your loved one.
It's a quartet.
Yeah. So what's there? Something of the Rockies. What is it called, Suzanne? You do have the name there, right?
I do, and I'm trying to find it, Tom.
That's okay.
I'm so
that's
sorry.
okay. Just find it when you can. I don't have it either, so we're both in the same jam. All right, 303-713-TALK.
Sound of the Rockies, Tom.
Sound of the Rockies, and they're really, really good. We have a longtime listener, Robert Brummel, in today. He is he's just a common man, we say, but we never have common men or women. But the only requirement, as I say, to be plucked from the great unwashed and bask in radio glory, the only requirement is that you're a long-time listener and that you love and adore me. Now, we have Robert here, and he remembers every detail of every show more so than we do. So if we want to know about a problem, we have to ask him. It's amazing the recall he has. How many years you've been listening, Robert?
I believe I started in '83.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
That's a pretty good run.
Oh, wow. So that's cool. All right, so If you need help, give us a call. Let's talk to Denise. Denise, what's going on?
Oh, cop abuse and medicines. I had papers delivered to me from the FDA, and a Vista Hospital took them. They got me mixed up with my twin sister, and they say I have a personality disorder and all this other bullshit. And
okay, well, hold on. Okay, let me just hold on. Now, let me just explain this right away. I had to nix her because of the language. Now, I will take her after this spools up again, but listen, Denise, you can't say any of those words that you can't say, okay? And I will talk to you. Wow. But you can't say any of those words. Dan, what's going on with you?
Hello, Tom.
What's going on with your 22-year-old grandson?
Well, we have had him since he was 9 months old. We raised him.
Oh, okay.
And,
now you raised him for your son or your daughter?
For my son.
Okay. What's the story?
Well, he has a lot of issues. He has autism and PTSD.
Okay. All right, so what's the problem? Let's see what the problem. He's 22 years old and he has autism. What form of autism, do you know?
I don't know that.
Okay. Is he high functioning? Can he take care of himself?
No, he can work, but he can't live by himself.
Okay. Have you ever looked into group homes?
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to talk with you. We don't know how to proceed forward on that.
Tell me the downside of living with you. Is he making it rough?
He has meltdowns here at our home about 3 times a week now, sometimes 4. And he just throws things, and he uses very vulgar language and yells and screams and sits on the floor and wails his hands and pulls his hair, and then he gets up and argues with all us and says everything's our fault, my wife and I. And
he doesn't get violent, does he?
Well, he has one time, and he has a felony charge on him right now where he hit his uncle. That's my son that lives here.
So your son lives with you. Now, is this son related? Oh, it's his uncle. Now, your son, how old is your son?
He is 43.
Why does your son live with you? I'm curious.
Well, he's a poor money manager, and he had some bills and stuff he wanted to pay, so we let him stay in the basement along with Brandon, our grandson.
My God, the typical...
It's terrible. I mean, can't get him to accept responsibility or anything.
You mean your son?
Right.
But your autistic grandson, you know, much of this is not his fault. I mean, you know, there's failure to cope is one of the things that happen. We have to figure out. You have 2 problems here, but the grandson, where is his mom?
His mom is here in town. His biological mother.
Did she give him up?
He gave him up at 9 months old, brought him to our house, and dropped him off.
What a good man. What a good man, Dan. Dan, we have to figure this out. There are support groups. That's where you start. We got to find a support group where you go. He may not go with you, but you go to a support group, and they will know alternatives. And there are group homes. There are people that take autistic people. I mean, you're not obligated to do it other than out of love. When he's in his calm state, can you speak to him about it?
No, we can't really talk to him. He has sensory problems. And
well, where does he work? What kind of work does he do?
He works for a large car dealership here in town.
What does he do?
Sells cars.
He sells cars?
He details.
Oh, details. So he's off by himself.
He's able to work there at this dealership, and he gets paid by the car.
And does he do well at work?
Well, they say with the feedback we got, he's a good worker, but he's late every morning getting to work because we have to struggle to get him out of bed.
And is he always mean with you? Is he always, or does he ever get nice?
If he's not acting up and not mean, he doesn't speak to us at all. You cannot sit down and have a conversation with him.
And you've gone through this his entire life?
Yes, sir. We've been through this 21 years plus.
Did he go to high school?
Yes, he went to high school and graduated.
How did he do in school?
Well, I guess he had average grades, or maybe a little bit lower.
But how was his behavior?
His behavior seemed to be okay in school, but his dad, he went to school and finished high school in Grand Junction. He got to go live with his dad over there for a couple of years. His dad attempted suicide and shot himself in the mouth. And so we went through all that.
Yeah.
And finally got him back on his feet, got him well. And he put a gun to Brandon's head and said, "Why don't you kill yourself?" So Brandon, I'm sorry. Brandon has struggled worse from that ever since.
Yeah. Listen, we need to get your number and find some support groups for you, okay?
Yeah, I don't think we can continue living like this.
And you don't have to. You really don't have to, Dan.
I just don't know what to do, Tom.
Well, we're gonna help you, okay? Now, Dan, you're gonna have to make some hard choices. And if this boy, listen, there's a way to communicate with him. I don't know how. Would he go to counseling if you set that up, or a support group?
He will only go if his grandmother goes with him, but he will go with her because he kind of acts like his grandmother's his mother, because she raised him all of his life.
Now, wait, you mean your wife?
Right, my wife, his grandmother.
He does talk to her?
Yes, she has the most communication with him.
Does he treat her well?
Not all the time, no. I mean, I came home, I had to go to church Sunday by myself. I came home from church Sunday, and he had already started on her and was yelling and screaming at her. So I called the sheriff Sunday.
What did they do?
Basically, the sheriff said, if he lives here, you can either let him act out and you deal with it, or you can put him on the street.
That's exactly, they're telling you the truth.
Yeah, that's all I...
All right, hold on, though. We're going to try to, not try. We're going to get you a support group. That's where it starts. It starts with people with similar situations that have gone through this. And if anyone's listening who has gone through this, please let us know. Give us a call right now. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. We need information. Also, if you want to do your Valentine's Day tribute, call us, 303-713-TALK.
We got an update on that scumbag guy yesterday,
too. Okay, we'll do
man.
that, too. Now, speaking of information, that's the whole idea. You have a family here with autism. They don't know where to turn. That's what happens when people have addiction in the house or in the family or in the circle of friends. Where do you go? What do you do? That's why the Raleigh House has decided to have this informational line, this help line, to provide information for those with addiction and those affected by those with addiction. It is an information line. Now, not a crisis line, but you can call about anything. What do I look for? How do I know there's a problem, and how bad is a problem? How long does it take to manifest? What harm does it do? Where do I get treatment? What does the Raleigh House provide? They provide, by the way, evidence-based treatments that have been very successful in treating substance abuse of all kinds. But this line is not for sales. This line is to truly give you information. Then you make the right choice. They don't want you there if it's not the right choice. You decide. How much does it cost? How long does it take? Where do I go? Does insurance pay? How do I approach the addict in my life? Can you do it? Can we do it together on the phone? All of these questions. You see, you have information about something very serious. 720-893-5559. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they had something like this for autism? or for other needs. That's why the Raleigh House is filling such a great need, giving information about addiction and everything surrounding addiction. 720-893-5559.
One ear. And God, it bothers me. It just bothers me.
You want these? Mine work great.
No, we can't switch them because they're clipped. But I think it's the adapter. Do we have another adapter for some reason?
Yeah, several.
Can I try some more? I'm only getting one ear, and it's just driving me crazy.
Italian nightclub, on which?
Yes.
Is that your jam?
Of course.
Drop dead date by this time next year. You're not going to be living here. We're going to help you. I have to drive home from school.
My son has autism. And
you're done?
My son does.
Well, why didn't you chime in, mister?
Because I don't want to interrupt you. You were doing great.
No. Chime in.
Hey, but there is a time.
Otherwise, we're firing you as a common man.
Well, I need to.
You just got here.
All I'm worried about is impressing Suzanne. No, there is tons of autism support groups, and my wife just texted me and said she thinks he's got something else besides autism.
Your son, is he high functioning?
High functioning.
The higher the functioning, the more communication.
He has none. I mean, my son, he gets very angry.
How do you deal with your son?
Wrongly, if you ask my wife, but no.
Tough love.
No, you can't.
No, you cannot.
Yeah,
because shit, no.
I'm sorry.
There's not a behavioral problem.
I was talking about the son, not the grandson.
I'm talking my
son.
Oh,
yeah,
his
we're
son.
talking about the autism.
My son, we have to schedule. It's all about the schedule. So when do you want to unload the dishwasher? What time would you like to do that? Bo, what time would you like to take your shower? As long as it's on the schedule, he functions perfectly. But what they can't deal with is, okay, let's go. Let's leave now and go to dinner. Or, the sporadic changes. He works at art.
This sucks. Dog it. I'm going to have this problem.
You know, a lot of people that have any
all of a
mental
sudden
problems really work well in a structured environment.
I'm sorry, Clint, what would you like for lunch?
Oh, what do you guys got last time then?
Italian nightclub on which?
I just can't believe this,
That's
man.
no bread.
That one's not working either.
Times 2. What about you?
Where are we going?
Make sure it's not. Yeah.
No, one, but I'm having
I like turkey.
It's this.
I'm really easy.
Haven't put
You
a
want to look
trouble
at the menu?
ticket.
We have time because they deliver so fast.
It's this, Mark.
You got one?
For a half hour.
What's this? I don't care. Here, put a.
Turkey
No,
sandwich.
yeah,
I was just thinking we
Do whatever.
Surprise.
Surprise.
Maybe that is surprise. I'm getting one here. You got one here, Mark?
What?
Yeah, I'm going to use your headset thing. Here. Ask her for a Y connector. Okay? Ask her for a Y connector so you can hear. If she has one, we'll get one. I just need.
Hey, Drew, can you put a trouble
Actually,
ticket in on his headset jack? He's only getting 1 ear.
And it's I confirmed it's not the headset.
I'm getting one here too. So this is great.
Sounds like a couple of
You got both? You got both?
Hey, Mark.
I do, yeah.
You don't have anywhere to plug in, right? Do you mind? You don't mind one ear?
Come on, reach over to there.
Tell me, are you getting both ears?
That'll drive me crazy. Here, we'll just put a splitter in.
Okay. Do we have a splitter handy?
If you want to plug in here, Tom, I'll reach to yours. I'm fine with it.
No, we got a splitter.
Oh,
This
he's
is
fine.
way
He has a
closer.
long one right now. When we get a splitter, I'll do it. That's good.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, we got a splitter. We'll just do
And then
Mark.
yeah.
Thanthis is
This is big.
Here, I have this.
You got a small one?
You got here, right here.
I can log
No. On yours, the small one.
Oh yeah, I do.
Underneath.
I got it, man.
This problem
Thank you.
solving at the troubleshooting.
Let's see if this will work.
The stable here?
Yeah.
Because those small ones don't always work.
Well, I see Dan during the show. I see Dan's hands reaching around things.
Doing
Thank you, Mark.
because you won't let me on. Because I don't have a good
You
enough
got
face.
Yeah, run that
what's
pocket
up, big to small?
Greg, can you make sure she gets this back so I don't lose it? Thanks.
I do.
So, what you want?
I do want to do my 30-second rant, though. If I get
You can do whatever you want here.
Big.
Okay, that's big. Tom, I'm sorry. You're back on.
No.
You met my parents in '83 at the Bear Rug Company in Evergreen when you first started. They had a problem with the customer. You went after, or the show
our
went
stuff
after
will
my
be tomorrow.
parents.
What's up? Our microphone, a new one.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter.
Welcome to the show. Become the banker. You know what that is, right? Become the banker. It's the investment for almost anyone. If you need an investment strategy, I recommend you check out Become the Banker. It's where you buy life insurance, you overfund it, and then you borrow from it throughout your life and pay yourself back with interest to get even more money put away. It's a guaranteed 4% plus a dividend, guaranteed. And what happens is you use it as a retirement plan later in life. You keep borrowing from it, and you never have to worry about paying back the loans, because once you borrow from it for retirement, the whole thing is paid off by the life insurance. It's just a great strategy. I want you to check it out. If you have any questions, I think this will answer it. BecomeTheBanker.org is the website. And you can sign up for a seminar, and really you should do it. If you're looking for a safe, conservative investment and a retirement plan, this is it. BecomeTheBanker.org, 303-779-6600. You can use it for college education. You can take out a policy on your young child. By the time they're college age, it'll pay for their college. 303-779-6600. Al has a comment on Dan's grandson with autism, and I didn't realize this, but our common man, Robert here, has a son who has autism. So let's talk about that, Al. What's your comment?
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
I had a young man who lived with my wife and I. It was her nephew.
Yes.
But he came to live with us because after high school, his parents divorced, but it was because of his behavior. And he lived with his father in a van for about a year, and then he came and stayed with us for about 4 or 5 years off and on.
And what's the deal?
Ultimately, the deal is he either has to get treatment, and he has to do it willingly because he's an adult, or you have to get him out, or he will ruin your life.
You know what? That's the bottom line. I mean, what if someone is not even well enough to want help? What if he says, I'm not getting help, and you put that kid on the street? What will happen to him?
Yeah, but somehow he behaves at work, remember?
Yeah, but...
Yeah.
Okay,
and school.
I want to ask something of our common man, Robert. Robert, when you have someone with autism, are they being a pain in the ass? Can they control their behavior? Get close to that microphone when you talk, please.
There's so many different forms of autism.
But with your son...
My son is high functioning.
How old is he?
He's 24.
He can take care of himself?
Yes.
Does he live alone?
No, he lives with us.
Okay, and he works?
He works, yes, and it is difficult to take care of him. He wants to take care of himself. I don't think you could put a person with autism just on the street and expect them to function.
But what if he won't get help? What if they say you need treatment? He says no.
Well, you have to learn that it's the communication issue. It's the same thing you guys do every day in here with people and businesses. You have to learn how to communicate with that person, what makes them tick, what makes them understand. My son likes to have a schedule. He wants to know when things are happening, and then he's fine with doing it.
So when would you like, you mentioned this off the air, when would you like to do the dishes?
Yes, and he makes the decision he's going to do them after his shower. And then after his shower, he will do the dishes. But if I came home and says, oh,
you do them right now.
He's going to get mad. He will talk.
But does he get mad? Is it... Now listen, this may sound so silly for people who are facing autism and they think I'm stupid and I shouldn't be talking about it. But listen, I'm not professing to know anything about it. Is it a behavioral issue? Can they be taught not to act up? Or is that out of the question? Is it just involuntary totally?
I think they can be taught. Again, there's a lot of different
schools of thought,
forms of autism and levels of autism,
and a lot of different opinions on all of them.
But I do think it's all in communication. If you can, my wife can communicate with my son about some things, I can communicate with him about others. Now, if I try to communicate with what my wife talks to him about, it doesn't work.
Give me an example.
His body.
Okay.
I can't really talk to my son about his body.
Meaning you need to take a shower, you smell?
No,
Oh.
just anything. As a growing up as a man.
Oh, okay.
All right, and my wife can.
Okay.
If he gets hurt, I mean, if he bruises or falls and gets a bruise or something, he's not going to show me, but he will show his mother. Now, because that's what she's done all his life, is taking care of that type of thing. So just on how you communicate with them and how they learn, and you find out what that is.
What a mystery. What a mystery it is. Thank you for your comments, Al. He does need therapy of some kind, or it's a no-brainer. Now, Sherry, I understand you're under the gun here to get off the phone here. What's going on, Sherry?
I called to thank you.
For what?
For getting me my $2,000 back from Bank of America that was stolen out of my account, and they blamed me numerous times and said that I transferred my own money to somebody named Fatik.
I remember this.
Yes, and let me tell you what, not only did they give you guys the runaround, and I didn't want to be justified, prove that Bank of America is a rural service, but you contacted media relations, you would think that they would respond to you even more than me. It took your people, I would say, very nice phone call to start, and then progressively more aggressive.
Deputy Clint, you did it, right? How many calls?
It ended up with 7 calls, but like you said, I had to get aggressive near the end of it. You just had to be harder and harder on them to get them to even respond. Terrible customer service.
Terrible. If I were you, I would get out of that bank, Sherry.
Well, there's many other reasons why, I don't know how that would go right now. But But Clint, first of all, Clint spoke to me and was nice to me and helped me out and calmed me down, which they failed to do, because it's a twofold process. Number one, I didn't do it, and I'm telling the truth. I mean, the way I was, I didn't do it.
You didn't do it,
Second of all, I didn't do it. And second of all, customer service. Call me back and say, listen, we understand the problem. We have a process we have to go through. We will get back with you. Nobody called me, and they kept telling me 3 times they would call me back. Nobody tried to make me feel better. And I don't know how people are with their wives and husbands and girlfriends, but if you don't call us back, we go cuckoo.
Yes, so. That's a good way of putting it. You do go cuckoo. And I'm so happy, Sherry, that you took the time to let us know. And Deputy Clint, thank you for your tenacity. We love what we do. It is Valentine's Day. I want you guys to call with messages to your loved ones. We have done this before. It's a wonderful thing. We will call, surprise them on the air. It'll be live, and you can profess your love. Call us either at 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO. Another thing, since we are celebrating, many of us are going out to eat tonight, except for cheapskates like Mark. If you do go out, don't drink and drive. Now, you may think this is kind of weird that I say, don't drink and drive, and then I give the number of an attorney, Joseph A. Lazara, who handles DUIs and other criminal offenses. The reason I do that is because people are stupid. And no matter what I say, they're going to try to calculate. I'm saying Uber, Lyft. That's, by the way, date night's great with Uber and Lyft. Stephanie and I do it all the time. It's great. They drop you off. You never have to worry about parking. It's cheaper than paying for parking. So, anyway. Joseph A. Lazara, if you've made a mistake, if you're falsely accused, no matter what, even if you just know you did wrong, you can't just go in and plead guilty. You need an attorney to help you through the system. Really, you do. 303-429-6200. Keep his name handy, and please don't drink and drive. 303-429-6200. Joseph Lazara.
It's just killing me. This bug.
You can do it again.
This bug's up.
This is autism right here. My son just texted me.
What did he say?
Well, he heard me.
So he's smart. What did he say?
Well, he said he heard me, and then my wife said, "Don't use his name." So, but my son can name every Pokemon. You know those things evolve. Pokemons, they evolve into other things. There's 1,000 of them, and they all evolve into different things. He can name every one of them. But you
pretty
can't.
cool. My kid loves books, by the way, and knows every single one.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Your kid, he has so many abilities in some areas, and in other areas, he can't tie his shoes. I mean, not.
He won't tie his shoes.
Okay.
And if he can't slip his foot in them, they don't get worn.
One of my granddaughters started out on this. For some reason, she outgrew it. But she'd ride in the car and she would say every line to the Lion King, the movie, the whole 2.5-hour movie. She would act it out and say, she would memorize movies.
My son lived in cartoon world for a long time where he didn't. His whole vocabulary were things that were said in a cartoon. What was that? The Yosemite Sam that used to say, or you know, he would mumble, anger, mumble stuff.
Yeah.
My son still does that. When he's mad at me, he'll clench his fist and he'll mumble like we can't hear him. But we can hear him. So it's
my middle daughter works with kids that are actually they're in a criminal facility. They're juvenile criminals, but they're serious crimes, you know, major assaults and everything else. But all of them also have mental disorders. And their biggest thing that they say that they find with kids,
this guy who's working with that David Anderson,
shelter.
So I just emailed him back, showed him into what it was and everything. He says, thank you for getting back to me. Ironically, I lost the job back in August. I canceled my appointment with Dave because I heard the show. I do not associate nor do business with contractors or treat the customers in this way, even if the money ran out. Says I can give you the address that he's currently.
My wife used to have something like that. They made out of leaves.
I'll get you.
Get it. Let's go out there.
Years ago.
Dan,
yes.
For your wife, are you married? You got a girlfriend?
Separated.
Boyfriend? What do you got to sleep with a dog? What do you got?
Not right now.
It's none of my business, but here, there's a couple in here. You guys, do you pick one of those?
Oh, these are one of these things. These are really super.
Now, Mark, your wife's got 2 of them.
Cool.
But I want Tom to get one for Stephanie.
Thank you.
What do you make them?
My friend of mine's wife makes them.
That's cool. Look at the dogs.
All you get to choose one. Oh, choose one. There's only one in there, so you get it. It's going to be easy.
My wife used to have one.
They really are great.
No more than 2 minutes in the microwave. You'll pull it out. You will not think it's hot, and then it will get hotter.
No, I know. They're wonderful.
They are. They're wonderful.
The one my wife used to have had pinto beans in it instead of corn.
I think corn is better.
Well, this will make you want corn. This will make you want
corn seems to.
And it smells good.
Yeah.
Absorb pinto beans. The dogs would carry.
Where you been lately?
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
So great.
You still get paid.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Wow, that's great. Except when you love flying, it's not.
Yeah, I like.
You like downtime?
I like being off it more than I like flying.
What? No, you don't, do you?
Yeah, of course. Well, I'll be out for like 5 or 6 days.
Do you ever fly recreationally? That sucks. See, I wouldn't want to work it. I wouldn't want to do it as a job.
You know, it's odd though, Tom, how many of our chemists are airline pilots?
You know your friend, Dyson.
We know a lot.
Yeah. You know Jeff? Yeah. His parents are my insurance brokers, and I watched Jeff grow up. I mean,
I worked with Jeff a number of years ago, probably 10 years ago. He's a good guy. I like Jeff.
He's real good. He's a great golfer. He knocked a little white ball around pretty good.
Isn't that a small world? Yeah. Name's a corporate pilot.
It is good. Actually, Jeff up front right now?
I don't know. I haven't talked to Jeff in 15 years.
Great. We know a lot of airline pilots that fly recreationally. Probably more so than corporate pilots.
Between Clint and I, there's nothing that's not unknown in this room.
We only live Clint. I don't need an encyclopedia. I need Wikipedia. Clintopedia. There it is. Clintopedia. Not Wikipedia. Clintopedia.
Ask him the timing to tell you how to build a watch, right?
And
actually learning though, so constantly.
Budget A1 transmission and auto repair. Budget A1 transmission and auto repair. Here's the deal. $89 plus parts will fix your car, or the call is free. So you have nothing to risk. And most of the time, they can do it for $89 plus parts. And if they can't, you will know why. They can't just do the shuffle, and they won't. What they'll do is give you a full written report and a free diagnostic report, very detailed, as to exactly what's wrong and what it will cost and why they can't do it for $89. So it's a guarantee, $89 plus parts, fine, fix, or free with the diagnostics, budget A1 transmission, and auto repair for all your auto repairs, classic and antique cars, as well as manual and, of course, automatic. And then they do foreign and domestic. South Santa Fe Drive, just south of Dartmouth, 303-781-9858, 303-781-9858. You're such a fan of the show, so I'm going to ask you something. Robert, do you practice what you preach? Do you actually use referral list members? So you've been listening for so long.
Absolutely.
Any particular auto people you use, or?
Well, I used Aspen Auto for years.
And that used to be
Mark.
They used to be with us for years. Mark, and his dad started it. Yeah,
I followed them up to their last store, and I've used Al.
Good people.
I've never had a problem with anybody on the referral list. Period.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. It works. I don't know.
Do you hear all the calls we get from people who use all these other sources, and inevitably they call us because they gave money and got nothing, or they had a problem? It's just terrible. Terrible. Now, we're going to do Judy here, who wants to call her husband. Judy.
Hi, Tom.
Now, did you get Judy's husband yet, Suzanne?
You didn't answer, Tom.
He didn't answer. Judy, what we're going to do is take your number and keep trying. And then when we get your hubby, we'll say, hold on for a Valentine's Day surprise.
Wouldn't that be funny if she called over there and another woman answered?
Oh, stop. Judy, don't listen to Mark. Judy, how long you been married?
44.5 years.
Oh, my goodness.
This is our 6-month anniversary.
How did you, what do you mean you're saying? Okay. I see, a half year.
14th. Yeah,
so
yeah.
where did you meet?
Well, we met in Storm Lake, Iowa.
But, like, what were you doing?
We met in Lamars, Iowa. We were married in Storm Lake.
Like, what was it, like school or what?
No. I was working at a Pizza Hut. He'd been out partying with the guys, and we met at an all-night truck stop.
Oh, my goodness.
At 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, my goodness. And 44.5 years later. So, Judy, let's make sure we get your information, and then we'll call you back when we get them. If you want to put a public declaration of love out on the air, let's do it. And let me know when you got Troy's girlfriend, okay? We'll go to Troy. He wants to do a live Valentine. Yes, sir.
I'd just like take 1 second to say hi to my son and all the people that are working over at ARC today.
Okay.
They do a great job. ARC's great with their employees.
Oh, good.
And, son, I love you. Have a great day. I'll pick you up after the gym.
Good. Samantha. Yes, Samantha. Go ahead, Samantha.
Hi.
Hi, what's happening?
I'm having a lot of problems with the apartment complex I'm living in, and it's not only just me, it is a bunch of us that have been there for a while.
How would you sum up those problems, Samantha?
They are harassing us that are mentally disabled and disabled. They are attacking us by putting extra fees on our doors, and when we ask them about it, they cannot explain
Now, what do you mean extra fees? Give me an idea.
I paid them $800 for rent this month. They put a paper on my door on the 5th stating they wanted $369 more from me.
Okay, but what are these fees for?
When I ask them, they say they cannot tell me what they are for.
Hold on. What is your monthly rent?
My monthly rent, when I moved in, they told me was $800. But
well, what does your lease say? What does your lease say?
My lease says it's $700 plus $100 for utilities, but I pay my utilities my own.
What utilities do you pay?
I pay the electric.
And what? Okay, but they're still. Then they're charging you for water and other like what kind of heat is it? Gas?
It is radiator heat.
Well, hot water.
Yes, and we are not able to control our heat.
No, I understand, but that's what you're paying for. So they're charging you a pro rata share, a proportionate share, I'm sure, of water and heat.
And when I moved in, they did not notify me or anybody else that they are moving in right now that it is infested with bed bugs and cockroaches.
How long have you been there?
I have been there for 11 months.
Okay. Okay, Samantha, here's what I have to say. Are you calling about the entire, do you just want to leave?
I want to leave. My husband is so tired of the way the women talk to me in the office.
Okay.
My fridge, it doesn't operate right.
Then
so
you
I get
probably
food stamps
you
to pay
probably
for my
can get out
food.
of your lease. You probably can. Rather than going over each and every detail, if you're that unhappy, if there are things that you can pin to basic habitability, you can probably get out of the lease, or they may just let you out of the lease. When does if you've been there 11 years, it seems to me your lease should be coming up pretty soon.
There 11 months, and
when does your lease expire?
my lease was expired in October.
So-
They just now told me they would renew my lease last
No,
month.
hold on, Samantha. If your lease expired, that's good, because now it goes month to month automatically, and the only requirement is that you give them notice that was specified in the lease. How much notice in that lease do you have to give?
The lease stated that we have to give 30-day notice.
Good,
They
then
put
that's what you
paper on
have
my
to do.
door, but then they put a paper on my door stating I have to give them 60-day notice.
No, you don't.
And
No, you don't.
now they're telling me they served me with court papers for this $369.
All right,
I can't
Samantha.
explain.
Samantha, you just back up. Give them notice immediately that you're moving, and get out of there.
Our issue is, though, with me and my husband, is that with our criminal background, because we made some mistakes in our past, that we can't find anywhere else to rent in Denver, Colorado. Nobody will accept us for our criminal background.
What kind of criminal background?
I have a domestic violence on mine of a second-degree assault.
Is it felony?
Yes.
Really? And then what's
Yes.
what's the other criminal background?
My husband has, from 7 years ago, almost 8, a distribution charge.
Of what?
Methamphetamine.
Okay. So those, yeah, I can see where you would have a really big problem.
And we have a baby that's going to be born in 2 weeks. And they
Oh, Lord.
served me with papers stating if I am not out by March 31st, they will evict me.
Will they accept the payment instead, or are they hell-bent on getting you out of there?
They want me out of there, and they want other people that have lived there for 8 to 10 years out of there, because they say they want to put rich white people in these apartments.
That's exactly what they said?
Yes.
No way.
Okay, hold on. So they said, we want you out because we want to put rich white people in there. Okay, so let's call them, Clint, and at least let's get to the bottom of it. I don't believe, Samantha, just for the record, I truly don't believe, I know you're emotional, but I don't believe they said, Samantha, we want you out of there so we can put rich white people in there.
No, they moved my neighbors in next to me, and they explained to them right there, because
What did they explain, Samantha? What did they explain?
Yeah, because rich white people want to live next to meth people.
They
And bed bugs.
explained to them that we're trying to get all the Hispanic people out of here to put white people in here.
If you get that recorded, I will personally go down there
No,
and
we will help
get this
you.
handled instantly.
We will help you if we can get some evidence of that. Clint, why don't you start looking into it? Samantha, hold on. Listen, the best we might be able to do is negotiate that you stay, but you probably have to pay that money. That money is probably for the extra utilities. I hate that you're going through this. Again, Mark rolls his eyes, because here we have...
Oh, my God.
Frickin' frack.
Rich white
Good
people.
topic.
Just
I don't believe
common
that.
sense. What rich white people, what rich black people, what rich people want to live there?
No, here's the point. All of our problems can be put in buckets, certain little filing cabinets or file folders.
And this one would be drug abuse.
No, but this one, Mark, if everyone who complains about this downtrodden kind of thing, they all have the same exact thing. They have disabilities. I'm not saying they don't, but they have disabilities. They have innocent children.
Or single mother.
They have discrimination. No, she has a husband. They have discrimination. They have criminal backgrounds, and none of it is their doing. Everything befalls them. They are victims. Clint, if you can take her, and we'll see what we can do. Then we have some calls to Valentine's, and that's going to be fun. Absolute radon safety. Well, you may not think of absolute radon safety as being fun. It's not, but you know what it is? I call them peace of mind people. Most people will find probably they don't have a problem, but before you buy or sell a house, and even if a home inspector says there is no problem, or if a home inspector especially says there is a problem, don't feel it's going to be thousands of dollars to fix. Absolute Radon Safety, even though they do testing, they starting at around $20. Their main claim to fame is that they can mitigate most radon problems for $899, $899. Yeah, not the $8,000 and $10,000 people imagine. If you go with Absolute Radon Safety, they can give you absolute peace of mind. $899, and the few times it's more than that, it's not much more. 303-880-0682. 303-880-0682.
People. Absolutely. They were on their show last week or the week before. I called them to get my kit. Before they announced the screaming deal, they wouldn't charge me. They said, well, that's part of the screaming deal. I said, well, they haven't announced it yet, so I should probably pay, and they wouldn't take my money.
Did you get it back yet?
No, that's a problem issue I have. I am lazy, so I haven't set it up yet. I gotta get down. I can't go in my basement because I'll never get back up. Okay. So,
you want to put it wherever you do your most living at.
I didn't see it.
Wherever what?
You do your most living at. So if your basement
Fill that work out, we checked your credit, we conducted initial automatic underwriting review.
Automatic underwriting review, that's
It says the priority pre-approval is not a commitment. You will need to finalize your working out. We will need to verify your information and review your financial documentation.
So it's not. It's like that guy that called yesterday. This is like the first thing, right?
It depends on the property accessibility,
Well,
eligibility.
you can put it anywhere like
Prior
right
approvals
on
are
the
subject
table.
to change and cancellation. My daughter.
She doesn't believe in threats.
You know, it's weird. It does say mortgage amount
But it's always
220.
good to know. Even if it's just, it's just good to something. to
But
know.
here's the thing, Mark, they're not turning him down because of anything but, now what they're turning him down for can be verified. The income is exactly what it was. They did not change that, so that's what I need to find out.
You probably both laughed it off. No big deal.
Well, no, but what we need to see then is the application they filled out to get this.
The good news is there's a solution at the Rocky Mountain Men's Club.
Well,
We specialize
what difference would it make though if it's accurate?
Because if they put down that she makes $25,000, he makes $100,000, but they didn't know his wasn't W-2 income. That's where this came. His main problem is he hasn't been.
This was only to her, according to him. That she was the only one applying.
Then why does
But
it say
says both.
James Ken Byers and Monique
These are
Byers?
questions I want to ask.
Last time you failed to perform, the last time this happens, call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today at 720-440-7900.
I think he's not telling us the truth.
That's 720-440-7900.
Well,
that doesn't ever happen.
I think he probably put down what he made, but not realizing that he had what he.
There's never more to the story you guys get.
That's one thing I've really learned, boy. People's idea of truth.
Now, you've been listening since '83, so you've listened to Tom for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Has he gotten soft?
Well,
look at him stumbling over here.
No, I'll tell him the truth.
I have.
He has not gotten softer. I think he's gotten more refined. Because when I first met him,
wow, that's a good one.
No, because when I first met him, the customer was always right about everything. And over the years, he's taken a more broader look where a business actually could be doing it right.
Mark says, though, I'm going back to, he's saying that really, I don't blow up. I just have a bomb. I blowed him up.
He blowed him up.
When they
I'm rubbing off on you.
3 or 4 weeks ago, you blew up in here about something, and you used to do that every day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and Mark and myself, he blows up.
But
he was yelling at me and Dan, probably, over a shoe joke.
I love that shoe joke. I use it all the time.
I know. It is funny every
I
time.
feed right into it, though. See, I'm like sitting right next to him during the show.
We can't do it on here.
No, I'd still fall for it just for everybody to laugh.
I hate it when we laugh.
Tom could tell you where you got that shirt, though, which is even more amazing.
Really? How would he know that?
Tom, tell him where use your powers and tell him where he got that shirt.
Where do I have the shirt at, Tom? I mean,
You got the shirt on your back.
Hey, got it.
It's not as good as
It's prophetic.
But I had another one. I'll bet you. Now this one, they don't laugh at. I'll bet you $1,000. $1,000 when you cannot use your pincher.
I can't. That would be a dumb
Give him 1,000. 4 lunches, a dinner, now 1,000.
Here's what I say. Hold on. I'll bet you $1,000. Look at. I said that to him, and he really can't.
You're making
I'll bet you $1,000.
Wait, call the APA or whatever.
Hey, how can I ADA lady on?
Yeah, I'm gonna own this place.
I'm sorry. We're on again.
I digress. Okay, hold on. We got to do this quickly. This is Valentine's Day. John, we got a surprise for you, John. You're live on the air with Tom Martino and Judy. Judy, go ahead.
Yes. John, I just want to let you know I've loved you from the very first moment we met. It's been 44 and a half years, and it's only getting better.
John, isn't
Love
that?
at first sight.
It was.
Love at first sight.
That's so sweet.
At a truck stop.
At a truck stop. The all-night truck stop.
John, were you a little imbibed at the time?
The first time we met, maybe.
But not after that. And the only thing you've been drunk with is love.
That's right.
Well, listen, happy Valentine's Day to both of you. Congratulations on a beautiful marriage. Keep it up. How many kids do you guys have?
We have 3.
3 children. How many good kids?
3.
Okay.
Our son was Airborne Ranger.
Oh,
he was,
wow.
Special Operations.
Cool.
Our middle daughter she's a PhD at the College of Engineering in Boulder.
Whoa.
And our last daughter is a RN at Denver.
Well, Judy and John, really, you've done a
You guys killed it.
Yes,
Excellent.
great. Okay, so if you want to do more of that, we're going to do that. 303-713-TALK. Let's talk to Clyde here. Clyde, what's going on with you? Hello, Clyde. Clyde?
Yes.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm in the excavating business, and we were moving some dirt off a site in Brighton.
Yeah.
And I'd stopped by a site, pit there at 120th and Brighton Boulevard, and asked them if they were still taking dirt.
Okay.
Yeah. So I sent trucks down there, and they called me from there and said that we can't take it here. We got to send 10 minutes up the road. So I said, okay. And so what happened was it was Fort Lupton is where we had to take it, and it was an extra hour. It took an hour more than I planned on. That it was only half hour to go to the 120th. Anyway.
Well, who told you to go to 120th to begin with?
Oh, I told the truck drivers to.
But how did you know? How did you know there was a place there to dump?
Well, there's a pit there, and I talked to the scale house gal.
Gotcha.
She said, yeah, we're taking dirt.
So anyway, as a consequence, you had an extra couple of hours of labor.
Of trucking.
Right.
But,
so now what?
The big thing is they charged my credit card for 60 loads at $20 each.
Who did?
Well, Asphalt Specialties, as it turned out.
You mean not the 120th site, the one you ultimately...
The one in Fort Lupton.
The one you ultimately dumped, they charged you, but don't they normally charge?
Well, no, I never paid. Well, I guess they do, but I never paid to dump dirt. People used to pay me.
Okay, now I understand that. You're right. Some people pay to get filled dirt. Others, you have to pay. Let's examine this, because we have to figure out about this and how it plays into a lien. But anyway, we'll talk about that and more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
God, that was funny.
Yes. I called the apartment complex, and they said, yes, we only want rich white people.
Yeah, they did just recently buy it 6 months ago, buy the property, but they said everybody that was there, even the fact that almost none of them qualified for their current things, they said we're welcome to stay in place as long as they pay their monthly month.
And what is the extra fee?
It's not an extra fee. It's posted. They're behind on something, but they can't tell me specifically until Samantha calls them. I called Samantha. Samantha says they're just going to lie why I'm not going to do anything about this until I get the whole group together. So she didn't know about it.
So another thing Samantha said is if she moved, they wouldn't give her a deposit back. And she said, new owners, they don't have a deposit. Anyway, that's just what she had told me. She's out of order.
You're out of order. You're all out of order.
Whenever you close on something like that on your closing statement, deposit can transfer to the new owner. So,
Yeah, they have to be an escrow account, don't they?
yeah, they have.
I would think, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Plus, it's like a company that's a fly-by-night company. They're doing this as an investment.
Well, let them not give your deposit back. The best thing you can do is wait 60 days.
But
You
each
get a couple
side of
damages
the
in
U.S.
court.
Senate accuses the other doing it the wrong
So
way.
the dumbest thing they can do is not give the deposit back. They have to either give the deposit back within 30 days by statute, but they can be extended to 60 if it's in the lease. But then if they don't do it,
Then a
they
minority
either have to
Schumer
My,
or
to be American Trade Council,
itemization was less, damages. Or,
Oh, you did the same thing?
Thank you.
You've had your HSA in there for a while?
I'm not in TV. I didn't know you could.
Oh, but you did it.
I just did it a week ago.
You know what I bought was BAC.
Oh, in there?
That's all I own. And my HSA is nothing but Bank of America. And I've already made a bunch this year or more.
The only reason I did that is because I think
It's
gonna go down now. It's
I can read that.
I know, don't get me going, man. I had to have a chat with
money out of a pocket.
Robin.
For some reason, I can read that close up.
An investigation also found that Shulkin improperly
Well, that would be
accepted
great if you were,
Wimbledon tennis match during the
Well,
You got
it's another one of those useless talents.
I look at them
It
up.
went from a.
Before I go to bed, I look at them, not when I get up.
Okay, so it went, right before I got up, it was at 130 compound. It went from
Next.
130 to minus
Do
300.
that.
As soon as
yeah, I heard that he got that while watching the surgery.
And then why do you think it bounced so much?
freaking gamblers. I mean, don't know, but they're gamblers doing this stuff.
Bifocals, but they're sequentially in twos.
Well, 400 point drop.
The more you focus on something smaller.
Yeah, but it didn't last.
But it's made the market start out negative.
It's really interesting.
reward.
I get to go tonight, starting tonight, my classes for the next 4 days for stem cell therapy.
I was gonna ask, I need to call to see if they think stem cell would help rejuvenate nerves, the sheathing on the nerves.
I'll be finding out.
Because that's what's wrong with mine. I'll have the HSA account for years. You can see my return with the hair stops. When I came home from the hospital, I had no hair. And as I got returned, as you see, it stopped right here. And then all of a sudden, and now it's down to just below my knees. From there down, I have zero.
Yeah,
You can put the high density I do block Mark. Sir, you know the high density block that I'm talking about? Well, the high density block that you can there so much show this for
I couldn't do
Oh,
that.
yeah. When you stand here adjusting a clock, I just ran into it. He said, if you adjusted our clock, you have to take spots. Because we're already doing more than all the shows.
And the new clock, it has more for everybody else.
Oh, you can. He says, how are you doing? I said, they let me do it. He says, good. I won't make any.
So we're believing God, so it'll. 16 years.
I think I've used mine already.
With the HSA.
Mark,
Yes.
did you guys read the Richmond Home letter? Do I need to read one?
Anytime. I'm ready.
Every month. Well, when I was with Summer's Day, they.
Wow, that's a long time.
12 and 12.
Now, compared to how many nerves you have.
Yeah.
Now, so my nerves have rather different paths. When I'm driving, if I get in an emergency situation, I can't move my legs because my brain is trying to use the original path that is no longer there.
Sounds like a French
But
restaurant.
now, so I have a manual brake in my car that I use with my hand because I ran into somebody's house.
Are you able to? Are you doing physical therapy?
I've tried. I've done. Not right now. You know what? And I should be.
That's really
What did they say? Like 95%
of all people get 100% return within 2 years. That 5%.
Damn it!
That 5% people. But listen, when they sent me home, all I could move was my head. They said I'd never be off the ventilator again. I'd never be able to do anything. They told my wife, here he is.
Are there nerve foods?
Yeah, there's a nerve. It's the same as anything. Yes, they have there's a product that helps nerves rejuvenate.
Right.
But the problem is, just like anything, getting your body to absorb it before you piss it out or
Maximum what?
Contribution nerve growth.
Yeah, per year.
You know, and like you said, a centimeter a month is what a nerve, the sheathing goes back. A centimeter a month. So you figure I'm 6'2".
It's not pre-tax, is it?
I came home, I had no hair on my arm. And as I got returned, the hair, right now my hair stops right here, and it's just below my knee. No doctor would say that's a barometer to this return, but I'm here to prove. But with my
He gets free health insurance.
no, I can move my legs.
How much do you pay for your health insurance?
It's every month I pay.
How much?
My feet are still dropping.
Right, tell him.
Once I got dropped foot.
Well, you probably
but
got a good one too.
Right below my knee, you can see where the hair's
See, look at kind of his.
right here.
Them damn Broncos.
Now, last year, Tom,
120 for
it was up here, and then all of a sudden I noticed that I had some hair here, so we're believing God. And I believe in prayer. I believe in.
I wish I had their. Do they ever have the team on the plane?
I'm going to be restored. It's going to be for His glory. I believe.
Would it
in
make sense to fly the team around on their own plane, or they would? It's way cheaper.
I've got my
Okay, guys.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the only show of its kind anywhere in the universe. This hour brought to you by K&H Home Solutions, a company that I've been with for many, many years on the referral list. And, oh gosh, I got involved with them many years ago, and they did windows in my home. Hey, we're doing tributes because it's Valentine's Day, plus handling consumer problems, questions, and complaints. We left off with one on trucking we'll get back to, and then we are making the call to surprise Valentine's on the air, live, and you can have it forever on your podcast. Just download it and keep it for posterity. It's wonderful. So all you have to do is call us 303-713-TALK with a problem, question, or complaint. K&H Home Solutions is going for the gold with their special, and you will love these specials because we're talking about extraordinary savings like $6,200 off your siding project. James Hardy Siding, that's a spectacular price. $6,200 off in honor of the 62 years in business. And by the way, I knew the original owner, and then he turned it over to our new guy, and I know Ted, and I've known him for years and years. And here's the deal. You buy 3 windows, you get 1 free. So you have 2 spectacular deals with siding and windows. All you have to do is call them for all of your exterior home solutions, 303-421-7100. Or better yet, go online, get to know them, make an appointment right online, khwindows.com. khwindows.com. Now, I'll go back in a second here. But first, I want to do this tribute, this Valentine's Day tribute. We have Janet on the line, who's been married 54 years. So, Janet?
Yep.
Where is, tell me what's going on with your marriage. How long have you been married?
54 years.
Oh, wow, 54 years. And you want to say something to your husband. And this is Dave. Dave, welcome. Happy Valentine's Day, Dave. Your wife wants to make a public declaration. Go ahead, Janet.
Hi, Dave.
Dave? Is Dave there? Dave? Hold on. Okay, wait, let's just check there, Suzanne.
This is Dave.
No. Hey, what if I said your wife wants to make a public declaration? She says, Dave, you should be getting the papers any minute now. It's over. Could you imagine if that happened live on the air? Let me know when you reconnect, and I'll take Clyde. So Clyde was trucking. He was hired to excavate and get rid of dirt. He was going to dump the dirt at this pit, but instead they weren't taking it. They sent him to Fort Lupton. Instead, he went to Fort Lupton, and he dumped how many truckloads, Clyde?
60 some odd. It was $1,270 what they charged my credit card.
60 truckloads, and they charged you. But how did they get your credit card?
I don't know. The only thing I can figure is about 4 months before that happened, I bought some material, some structural fill from the pit on 120.
Well, they can't go ahead and just charge you. I mean, without some kind of contract. Now, hold on. I'm not saying they can't collect from you. Hold on. Do we have them? Okay, just hold on one sec. We'll come right back to you. Janet, there we go. There was a little blip, but we have Dave now. Dave, your wife wants to make a public declaration on this Valentine's Day 2018. Janet?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Dave?
Yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to say I love you. We've been through thick and thin with you falling off the roof and breaking your back.
Ooh.
Knee surgery here coming up soon, and my 2 strokes. And I told you one time before, I'm glad that when we did our vows, it was for better, for worse, for sickness and health, because we've done the time and stuff. We're just we're hanging down together, and I love you, and I'll love you till the end of time.
54 years so far. Dave, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
Dave is speechless, so to speak.
I'm speechless.
Dave, it is a surprise. Happy Valentine's Day. I hear some little critters in the back.
Those are great-grandkids.
Great-grandkids. First of all, how many children?
We had 2 boys, 5 grandkids, and we have 4 great-grandkids.
That's
how many hips?
How many? Oh, and you've been through it thick and thin. We're talking about surgeries, strokes. Wow, and they still love each other. She says she's going to love him till the end of time. What a cool thing.
I wonder how many people make it to 50. That's really, really tough, man.
50 years, I know.
50
now,
years.
Brutus, we need romantic music if you can find
Whoa, you just made me think of him.
What?
You realize he proposed recently, and he's getting married.
When are you getting married, Brutus?
November 3rd.
November 3rd. Very cool.
Can you believe it? A woman that likes him.
So, Clyde, here's what I think we have a problem with, okay? First, I think they have a problem, and you have a problem. Let me go over their problem first. Even if they believe you owe them money, in fact, even if you do owe them money, they cannot resurrect a credit card and just use it. They can't do it. They didn't have a contract with you. Now, that doesn't mean they can't come after you for payment under the quantum Marriott philosophy, meaning you've gotten value for something and they want to be paid. Your argument's going to be we never had a contract, but then here's where you have a problem. You have a problem in that you took truckloads to a place and dumped it and just assumed there would be no charge. That's because you're saying you've done it in the past. You both have problems. It's not a slam dunk either way. Now, I think it's going to be easy for you to get it disputed on your credit card, but then they can come after you for payment. Now, what's this about a mechanics lien Suzanne put on the computer?
Well, that's what they did. They charged my credit card. I disputed. The credit card said it was fraud and canceled my card.
Good.
But then they filed a mechanics lien for that money.
But how do they file a mechanic? This is what I don't understand. Who and where?
Attempt to lien. Well, I'm on the construction site.
They went to your they're saying that they accommodated the dirt from that construction site, so they liened that construction site.
Right.
That's very smart of them. Very smart.
Well, they're in the business.
Now, obviously the general on the job and the owner must be pissed.
Yeah, they are, and that's why we've got to do something.
Okay.
They just filed an attempt to lien so far, and I'm thinking about suing them in small claims for fraudulent use of my card plus.
Well, no, there was no damage there. You can't sue on something with us. We've been through this before. If somebody uses your credit card and that money is reimbursed, in fact, it's not even a crime. It's not even a crime unless the credit card company who took the loss goes after them, and credit card companies will seldom do that. So we've had cases where we had people on camera using at Foot Locker, they were using a card. They were found on camera, and the consumer complained and wasn't charged whose credit card they were using. The store complained. They got paid. The only person out was the credit card, or the only entity, but the credit card company refused to press charges. This person really got away with a crime. So in your case, let's forget about the credit card. Here's the way I would handle it. Let me tell you how I would pay the bill to get it off the project or bond around it. Okay? But I would incur the loss and then sue them in small claims court for my money back. That's how I would do it. Because, and your argument's going to be, there was no contract, they cannot arbitrarily charge me. Their argument's going to be, unless they don't even argue, their argument's going to be, well, there was an implied contract, he dumped the stuff. You're going to say, in the past, whenever I dumped, I was never charged. And if you were going to charge me this time, the person who sent me there from 120th should have told me. It can go either way, Clyde. I'm just going to tell you, it's a toss-up. How do you think it's going to go, Mark, in a situation like that, where he assumed he could dump it free from 120th, where he was doing it free? They sent him to Fort Lupton, and they own both pits.
I don't know, man. That's going to be a tough one.
I know.
I missed this part. How'd they even get his credit card number?
Well, from a previous transaction, he did some business, I guess, where he picked some stuff up, bought some stuff, material. But that, I'll tell you this. There are some agreements that companies have. DirecTV is one of them. Let me give you this scenario. DirecTV, we had a situation. By the way, one of the worst run companies in the world, and the worst for customer service. One of the worst. Here's what happened. A guy paid his girl's, his daughter's satellite bill for 1 month because she was having trouble. That's all he did. He paid it. 6 months later, or a year later, she's having trouble again. She's past due. They ding his credit card. He says, wait a minute. I voluntarily paid my daughter's bill a year ago. How dare you ding it this time? You know what they said, Mark? Read the fine print. Where you enter a credit card online to pay that bill for your daughter,
it's reoccurring.
It says, well, it says it wasn't reoccurring, but what it did say is, we have the right to take payment from this card should any other payment method fail. So it became a backup recurring card. A backup. Not a one-time payment, but a backup, which was terrible. Okay, who do we have ready, Suzanne? I'm sorry this call screener is not working. And you can't talk to me. I just realized she can't talk to me because I'm not on my headset. This is a cluster.
Can you hear me now, Tom?
Yes.
Can you take Troy on 1 to talk to Olivia on 6?
Okay, Troy. Okay, I'm going to take Troy and Troy. Olivia. Okay, who's getting surprised here? It's Olivia. Olivia, happy Valentine's Day. I'm Tom Martino. We're on the radio, and we're live, and your boyfriend, Troy, wanted to make a public declaration. Go ahead, Troy.
I just wanted to say that I found a girl, Olivia, so beautiful and sweet. Darling, just hold my hand, and I will follow your lead. And I love you. And Tom,
yes.
Tom, I want to thank you and your show for all that you do for everyone every day that get to hear me say, I love Olivia.
Okay, that's good. Now, Mark, I resent Mark over here.
Hey, keep it down.
I
was saying how sweet that was to Dan.
No, you weren't. You were
I was not. Keep it down. Keep it down.
By the way, congratulations, Troy and Olivia, and here's the deal. Mark was putting a finger in his mouth like he was gagging. Let's come right back. I want to throw up. Yeah.
Yeah, Tom.
Wait, that's a clip from an earlier...
No, it wasn't. You think I go too far. What was that?
I didn't say that about this. Now, if you want to make a loving tribute on the air, I ask that you call 303-713-TALK or 303-MARTINO, and... of course, we're taking consumer problems, questions, and complaints, as always. We do that all the time. You know what you can do for a loved one if you're old and you've been married a long time? Get them a hearing aid. My goodness. You know, have you ever been around people that don't hear you? Huh? God, is it frustrating. You know, I got hearing aids from Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, and I had him on, and all of a sudden, I hear people talking in the cubby, and somebody said something about me. I think Mark was talking to Dan. And I said, what's that? And Mark says, oh, crap, I forgot. He's got hearing aids now. Because he was saying something that normally he thought I wouldn't hear. If you want to get an evaluation of your hearing, and if you have tinnitus, they can treat either or both. They have smartphone-compatible hearing aids. They are the pioneers when it comes to this stuff. There is now a permanent treatment for tinnitus, and even if it comes back, you own the therapy once you buy it, but they have an evaluation period for that tinnitus treatment. They also have a free, no-obligation evaluation period for hearing aids. 303-534-0163. 303-534-0163. The website, helpforwinging.com. Let's come right back. I want to throw up.
Okay.
You like what? Oh, lot lizard?
You can do it whenever you want.
I could barely, but I could.
I didn't know what that was. I actually had a Denver cop tell me what that was.
Tell you what was?
A lot lizard. You know what that is?
Yeah, in that truck stop.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought of when she said that.
It might have been a small town, that's where we went.
Well, I always wonder why there wouldn't be a minister, somebody in the truck stop that he could actually marry these people right then and there.
Some of them have that.
Because they might, there may be some Christian lot
Suzanne's,
lizards that want to be married before they collect the money.
Now,
Suzanne's relatives, when we flew out there, they literally took us out to a truck stop to eat.
You cooked them good.
They're not here yet, but we will. 30 to 40%.
Yeah. It's just a small town.
We only flew halfway across the country to see them. They took us to what was the name of the truck stop? Remember? They got the best fried chicken.
Well, they probably do.
I thought it was the Italian, the frozen Italian.
Oh, God,
food.
that was even worse. The frozen dinners served at the restaurant.
Really?
I ordered the veal parmesan. It was identical to the banquet veal parmesan I had when I was like 3.
This is how he shows his love for me. He talks smack about the fam.
That's all right. That's a really good
Oh, dear.
Good
I
food.
paid extra.
Food that fills you up.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like your screen's updated now.
Yeah, if it's not, I just have to click.
Yeah, it's exhausting. Okay. What else? And I got the Richmond home guy hold. You guys can talk to
You
him.
still got to get the update on David, Slimy David
Oh,
Anderson.
man, we got to go after that.
Oh, we do.
He's a bad dude.
We're not going to have him or not? What did they do? No, what did they say?
Oh, no, I'm going to have a
Szymanski was
You have to
saying he
follow
could
up.
go out there tomorrow.
Not really.
I think
Go out where?
to the place.
No, I do want Mark to go out.
No.
He might get the job is really why.
Right.
Okay, so Dan, I'm going to have you reach out. Tell Mark that Dan's going to reach out, give him the address and everything this afternoon.
I got an awful lot of people filing small
Okay,
claims
then in
act.
the meantime, when I have Mark wait
You know
here,
many of those
you
will
go
come
down
through and
grab the
file?
lunch and sign and all that good jazz. I'll give you my badge. Okay.
Maybe 1 out of
Yeah, I'll
10.
talk to Mark.
I've offered to
People just leave money on the table, even when it's a
Time
slam dunk.
magazine has called Trump the worst president of all time.
Where was that?
I'm sure you have all this information. Sure do. Yeah. Marks are Ben's.
What?
Oh, I don't have his. Cell number.
What'd you get your old lady for Valentine's gift? I was gonna get her some flowers. She told me not to do anything. Says flowers. Actually, a dustbuster lasts longer. What? A dustbuster would last longer. Flowers die. I mean.
You know that if you want to get flowers, the last one
Wife would take a dustbuster.
Oh,
I'm a whole
no! You get those ones that
plastic.
plastic ones last forever.
Every year when I was at the
Then when she gets sick of them, you hide them away till next Valentine's.
Valentine project. You know, like a
303.
Jewelry box.
If you're looking for replacement windows,
I love this landing page.
Home Solutions.
And I'm just sending him a text saying that we'll contact him this afternoon. That's all right.
60-year heritage.
We did some great big billet cards on a professor.
They were the first
college.
Does anyone want to make a bet that Trump is a one-term president?
Oh, I guarantee he'll be a two-term. Did you even? They're actually looking at adding to the House and
that I
Senate.
will bet. Energy efficient.
I think it'd be just like a Hillary bet.
Name
Vote for Waller.
better company when it comes to ethics, to skill.
Have you seen the polls lately for the generic Senate and House races?
Oh,
We're looking at picking up seats now. Completely changed. Well, everybody's looking at the economy.
I know you can't even, the Time magazine.
It's the economy,
It's
Steve.
not even a viable magazine anymore for what they say. I mean, the media is totally against them, and he's so popular.
Hey, I'm part of the media. I'm not against.
Game groups and stuff
You
like
know, it's
that.
kind of funny when Hanny goes on there, that's what he says, "I'm the media."
Well, that's why he won, because people are too embarrassed to admit they were going to vote for him, but they weren't going to vote for Hillary.
Exactly right.
Huge underground.
Well, who is the Dems actually going to put up now? Hey, guys. It can't be that Kennedy with the stuff dripping down his face.
Stem cell therapy.
Centeno Schultz, need I say more? If you're looking for stem cell therapy, tell your friends. You may be educated because you've listened, and it's true. Don't get hoodwinked by chiropractors' offices that ship in amniotic fluids and say it's living stem cells. I'm telling you something flat out. It's not. Anybody who tells you they have living stem cell treatment and they're shipping the fluid in, they're wrong and they're lying to you. So if you want true living stem cell treatment, and by the way, it's not necessary in all cases. So amniotic fluid does have some benefit, but why pay stem cell prices for it? If you go to Centeno Schultz, if you're not a candidate for stem cell therapy, they'll tell you, and they have PRP and other modalities because they're MDs, they're doctors that deal with this every day. Centeno Schultz, the first in stem cell therapy in the country, and now going strong with 14,000 patients that they've treated. Give them a call for an evaluation for any orthopedic problem, injury, aging, 303-963-9201. 303-963-9201, Centeno Schultz. Who do I take? Okay, I got
Line 4, Tom.
Okay, line 4. Alex has a loving tribute.
No, Nick has one for Alex.
Okay, Nick has one. I'm sorry, Nick. Where is Nick here? Here he is. Okay, so Nick, you want to celebrate Valentine's Day by giving a loving tribute to Alex. Alex?
Yes.
Guess what? You have someone who wants to say Happy Valentine's Day in a special way live on the air. Go ahead, Nick.
Hey, babe.
Hi, honey.
Just to let you know, there's probably about 200,000 people listening to the show right now, so this is all for you. 9 years, been together off, and been married going on 3 years. I'm glad that we met up and got married, and we got 3 beautiful children together. And I just want to say I love you.
Oh, I love you too, honey.
Wonderful. Hey, that's great. Come on. And Mark, stop making those faces. Mark is not a... Nick, thank you very much. It was lovely, and thank you, Alex, for cooperating. Mark is just not a romantic.
I was
Mark,
hoping...
You're not a romantic.
I was hoping it was another guy that came on because of the names. I thought that would be interesting. We've never had that.
Yes, we did.
Last year
we did. We had 2.
It was sweet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, we do all the time.
I don't remember that.
We've been doing that for years. Okay, let's talk to Bob. Hey, Bob, you have a very special message for Sue. Now, Sue, listen to this live on the air tribute to his love. Bob.
I'm here.
Go ahead.
Hon, I know it's been some rough times, and yesterday we did not have some good news from the doctors, but we've been together for 38 years, and I just want to tell you how much I love you, and we'll always be together. And happy Valentine's Day. I love you. Thank you, guys.
Hey, Sue.
Hey.
Oh, you're there.
Isn't that wonderful, Sue?
Yeah, you made me cry.
I know.
Now, Bob, since you shared this publicly, what can we pray for? There, you mentioned something there about our doctor's news.
Well, she's been struggling with autoimmune disease about 7 years now, and you know, she's had her esophagus cut open, she had back surgery, she had all kinds of things. So her value of life has just been, she can't get out of the house and play with the grandkids. And so yesterday we found out she lost all her hearing in her left side.
Really?
Her ear, she can't hear at all. And so it was a very emotional day, but at the same time, you know, being in the hospital, we see other people with no legs and all kinds of things. So, you know, we're still looking forward to, you know,
your life together.
Oh yeah, and getting on the back of the Harley. We'll have plenty of times for that. And I just wanted to call her because she was having a really emotional day yesterday, and just tell her how much I love you. I love you, hon.
I love you too, hon. Thank you.
Now, I like that. That's good. That's good. Love it. Okay, now, James, by the way, we've been investigating your problem. I got your letter finally. To sum up James' problem, are you there, James? Okay.
Yeah.
You went to buy a Richmond home. You put down earnest money, and you offered them a pre-approval, not approval, a pre-qualification letter. Then Wells Fargo pulled that pre-qualification as you got closer to closing. And right now you can't get your money back from Richmond, and Richmond has the house for sale. As we discussed, if Richmond does not have a loss, they're going to have a hard time keeping the money. But I think your deposit's somewhere around $9,500. I think it's going to be relatively easy for them to rack up losses if this takes a while to sell.
Right.
Meanwhile, we took a look at the letter because we wanted to know, does Wells Fargo possibly have any obligation here for giving you that under false pretenses? First, though, you said something that was odd. You said only your wife was applying for this. But the pre-qualification, or I keep saying that, well, actually, it is pre-approval. They call it a pre-approval priority buyer, was made out to both of you.
Yeah, we were wanting both of our names on the deed. So she says, well, let's put your name on it together. And when we get to run it, we'll just run whatever bank statement you have and her W-2s, knowing I don't have one. And you'll be fine. She says, you have such a large deposit, yeah, no problem.
So you were going to be on the loan?
Well, we don't know that.
According to this, it looks like it. But here's the deal.
Like
it was a $220,000 loan, and what they say here is, this is not a commitment to lend. You will need to finalize your mortgage application, and will need to verify your information and review your financial documentation before we make a decision. A loan commitment depends on the property itself, you know, the appraisal and title, and then it depends on your documentation. So they're saying that you are not able to prove your income.
Yeah, to their liking, yeah. In the end, when we ran it, November 15th.
But what you said was different. You said only your wife was applying. And if it was only your wife and she's W-2, there is no proving. But I don't think your wife would qualify for $220,000 on her income alone.
We were told to the person that she could.
Well, that's not what this letter says. That's the problem. So I don't think we can hold them responsible saying they cost you this deposit. I don't think so, because it's clearly for both of you. Had they made this commitment to your wife based on W-2 and they just yanked it out for no reason, and you can still verify it, you could make the argument that, hey, nothing has changed.
True. I see what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, nothing has changed. My wife has W-2 income. We stated it. We can prove it. But the problem is they threw you on there. And I think the reason they threw you on there is because they needed your income to qualify. So it's terrible. It is. But I don't see...
I still think we can reach out to these guys.
Yeah, you're going to call them. Mark thinks even though they could have some loss as a result, and maybe not, if they can sell it.
The trickiest part, though, is he custom pick out stuff. So, I mean, that's what, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not like it's super custom.
Okay, you know, Marie was married for 50 years. We have some old-time marriages here, loving it. We had one that was 44 years, this one 50. We had another one 54 years. Marie, you want to say something to your beloved, and Leonard is on the line. Leonard, happy Valentine's Day. Your wife wants to express her love publicly on the air. Marie, go ahead.
Hi, Leonard. Are you there?
You there, Leonard?
No, he's not there.
Leonard? What is the problem, Suzanne, with these people not there? I don't understand it. Leonard's not there. We have to tell them how important this is. We get romantic music, and the woman's ready, and then all of a sudden, he's gone. Is he that? No, hold on, Marie. We don't want to spoil this because we'll just have a nice, clean message. But for some reason, he got a little impatient. Is he there or not? I can't hear you. Okay.
Got to put the line on hold so I can try again.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, got to put that line on hold. Okay. So we'll try that again. Meanwhile, if anyone wants to do this, 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255, or 303-MARTINO.
I hope you take off next Valentine's Day, because I'd like to do this with my own spin.
You do the next one or two. I don't care. Let's do it, okay? Let's do it. Mark is like, okay, we're going to let him do it and see how you like it. And another thing I want to discuss, and I mean this. Ooh, like.
Tom,
yeah.
Leonard's back.
Okay, Leonard. Why don't you, Leonard, your wife, Marie, has something very special to say to you in public, over the airwaves, for Valentine's Day 2018. Go ahead, Marie, he's there.
Hi, I just want to say I love you and thank you for 50 years of loving me and putting up with me. And this will be our 50th Valentine's together, and I really appreciate you and love you. And
thank you. Now you know what the whole world knows.
Yes.
Yes.
That is great. How many kids do you guys have?
4 kids, 18 grandchildren, and 2 great-grandchildren.
That is wonderful. What a great Valentine's Day. That's what it's all about. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You can have your love calls in, or just regular consumer problems, questions, and complaints. Art of Granite is Mitch Floria's business. I mentioned Mitch because he's the heart and soul of it. He decided, I want to do granite differently. I'm a direct importer of granite and quartz and other stone, and I'm going to charge only wholesale for the material itself. I'm also going to tear out and haul away everything free, and if they do the kitchen, I'm also going to do the bathroom free. This is what he decided to do. And then all you have to do is call. And I love that you can get a price on the phone. Do you know how risky that is? But he'll do it. And listen, that price will be pretty close depending on what you pick out in his showroom in Golden. So you call, send him a picture, give him some measurements. You'll get a pretty firm price. Then you'll go out and pick your material, your custom edges, your sinks, your cabinets, and he'll give you the permanent price. Of course, you can do just counters, just cabinets, whatever you want. 303-386-5919, serving the entire Front Range and mountain communities. 303-386-5919, artofgranite.net. I'm
Consumer Advocate Tom Martino for Larson Tax Relief. I've been fighting for consumers more than 30 years in all areas of business. Shadows.
Look at how this guy left this house. He left it with no mile. All he had up there was plywood and decking. No, there was gaps in there like that. He didn't even put a tarp. And she's been living in this since October. That's an interior. What is that, a kitchen? I think this used to be a living room. So that she's got plastic that's in it's got
Mark, I want you to talk about Genesis going out and looking at that job, and I'll make that a spot, okay?
She can't. We can't say everything is partial.
Man, I don't remember so many areas. If you want to dim a background to make it more...
Yeah, that'd be great.
On that program, Mark?
Yeah.
On that program, I don't remember. That, I think you had to go to the background itself.
I'm in the background.
C4, C5.
And then there's a, I thought there was a slider.
That you can play in ball for so long.
Yeah, that's what I can't find.
God, I found that program.
And then, of course,
Here's the background style. Okay, so here's the input. There's no...
That's the issue.
But, I mean, on the text, I have everything.
But you have to have the ability to use it to work it out.
Oh, okay, here's the...
Here, let me... my son-in-law, Chandler, that's around oh God, almost 20-some years ago. Which one do you think? It would be in background. It would have to be. And then you go down here somewhere.
Yes, I do remember something about that.
Talk syndrome.
Yeah.
Males can't get it. No, that's
Well, not the open
not for the same reason, but
Yeah.
basically it's a blood test.
Okay, so it's
He
not
got
that
it,
out of that.
and it was in such bad shape, the hospital was just, they were trying to figure out where to put it, they needed to open up the,
And that's just corners.
high care, I can't think of the name of it, but
It's
it's areas.
when you go up to
They
him,
didn't
there's
have a room.
nothing that shows
So
that.
they had them in the hall for most of that night.
Well, when I go to image, I mean, I can
They
choose
wanted
to
to
do
go
it,
down to Morris, because
but there's no such fall or repeat.
so they hauled him down to Morris, and he woke up in the morning.
Here's what's killing me. I did it last night to a
You
dark
did,
picture.
you did.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, how the hell did I do it?
So it killed all the
Unless
nerves,
there's
some
something
of
to
the
do.
why he's in night crisis. But he survived it,
I just don't want that so bright.
he's got.
Which one do you not want, Greg?
The actual
Oh,
house.
the actual house.
Lightweight carbon fiber. But because he's gotten off those.
Have you thought about just uploading the photo later? Just go into the photo.
The carbon fiber ones, the ones that go on the front of your leg.
Have you flown your,
I haven't seen him yet.
And they have one big
I've
piece
flown
of
it
carbon fiber.
about 4 hours so far.
Foot plate.
Oh,
I haven't seen him yet. But they,
I mean, it feels like my Cirrus. It feels so solid. How do they do that? Little carbon fiber, baby, and Jesus.
That's cool.
It's so nice.
How many, that's a Citation 10 you fly, right? How many people, how many seats in that?
9.
9? Still not.
It's not single pilot. Is it single pilot rated?
No.
You know, so many people call me when they're injured and they say, Tom, who should I call? And I say, John Fuller has seen a
That's got a big workload.
Today? Not today.
injury, and he
What's that?
Yeah, I would think.
honest assessment of that case.
I don't have Fuller
Of course, it
today.
depends on how they're laid out, too. This is probably laid out more of a selection, they call it the corporate layout, or the seats. I mean, I know they
Club, corporate, you can have passenger.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know,
You can custom.
you know what Embraer, the
Yeah.
regional jet is?
What's that?
Embraer regional jet?
Yeah.
So that's the same, about the same weight as our plane. Bigfoot. I think they hold
They pack seats.
How wide is that cat?
30.
Oh, okay.
How wide is that cat?
6, oh, just over 6. No, it's 8 feet, not 8 feet wide. The height is 5.
The Citations are always kind of wider than tall in the fuselage looks, whereas the Lears kind of go the other way. I always notice. The quickest way is I can tell well the windshield's.
Lears have always felt cramped to me.
Well,
Well, this, and the 10s, it was built for speed. It wasn't built for comfort. So it's got, it competes against like a Challenger 300, which has a much wider cabin, but they can't get there as fast. So it's just anything building an airplane just compromises here and there.
But when we're talking about time, what's the difference?
I'm about 40 minutes faster.
Oh, really? That much?
It's coast to coast.
My
That's
nephew's
not
flying
that.
that.
That's a long time.
Lear makes an ambulance model, a special ambulance model that was fast as hell.
Rocky's Auto, 63rd and Federal for used cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. And I'm sure they would love if you want to give a car for a Valentine's Day gift. I imagine there are people doing it. They have a variety in cars, a variety in trucks, SUVs, vans, and makes, models. They pride themselves in having all different kinds of colors. 63rd and Federal, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 8, 303-426-4646. And a variety in financing with 40 lenders to choose from. Go out and shop and put them on the list. That's all they ask. A chance to compete for your business, and most likely they'll get it. 303-426-4646, Rockies. Now, we have some people calling in wanting to do beautiful messages to their loved ones, like Fred. Fred wants to make a loving tribute to his wife, Deborah. Deborah, what a surprise. Happy Valentine's Day 2018. Your husband wants to go on the air live in front of everyone and express his love. Go ahead, Fred.
Hey, baby. I love you so much, and it's been the best 45 years of my life. I love you, and I love you very much. Bye, honey.
That's great. Deborah. Are you there, Deborah? Okay. Suzanne, let's see if Deborah got that message or not, because it seems like I can't talk to her, but I'm sure she was listening. So, I think we have a disconnect. I think you're telling him we have a message for you, stay tuned, and they hang up and listen to the radio because they just don't seem to be on the line most of the time. But we're going to try it. Now, we're still taking problems, questions, and complaints as well. Was she there listening? All right. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's make it clear to people when we call them, you must remain on the line and listen. We're going to get right to you, and then we'll do it. So, if you have, again, a problem, we're still doing that as well. Our common man today has been a long-time listener, Robert, and he has been chiming in from time to time, but what I'm really astounded at is how much he knows about the show. Do you remember Father John? Do you remember Father?
Absolutely.
Yeah, Father John was one of my first helpers on the show. He just did so much. So do we have people ready to go on the loving messages here? Let's see. We have Fred for Deborah. We have Patty for Chad. And we have Mildred for Rick. And she's getting those. This is very difficult to do when we do this. Do you have any follow-ups for us? Okay. We do have a follow-up. And we're going to send out. Now, Mark and Dan went out, and they checked out this construction. So the guy's name, the contractor...
David Anders.
Now, David Anders...
And you chatted with him offline.
Yeah, and he said, well, you know, Tom, here's what he said.
Yep.
I contracted to do the job, and when I opened it up and found out that this addition was on a bad foundation, there was no way I could do it for the contracted price, and blah, 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 blah. But I have a lot of money into this job. And I said, but you collected $68,000. And he said, well... yeah, but I spent a good amount of money, and that's going to be a controversy, but I'll do the math. And I said, do you have the money to give back to her? He says, well, yeah, I'll give it back if I do the math, and I have to, you know, he just sounded like he was tap dancing. So here's the deal. $68,000. What did you see out there, Mark?
I got to tell you, man, at most he did $10,000, and honestly, I'm giving him a lot right there. I'd say $6,000. All he did was some stuff in the ceiling. He basically put a big beam up and elevated the ceiling.
She did the demo.
The contract says she does all the demo, and he's not going to do any demo. This guy took $68,000. And I'm telling you, he's done about $6,000. Well, I'll go back to 10. $10,000 worth of work, and that's it. That's it. We met another contractor out there that I went over everything with, and I'm telling you, just looking at it, we'll have the photos up, we'll have everything up later.
Genesis is going to go look.
Oh, he's going to go out and be my second opinion on it, and he might even be finishing up the job, which would put her in the best place, honestly.
GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, Mark Szymanski's an expert. We send him out on a lot of jobs. He's going to go out and look at it. And here's the deal. We think $10,000 is being generous. That would leave him $58,000 owing.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy can possibly say. The problem is we pulled a background out.
Okay, what did you find?
Well, there's lots of stuff. There's lots of judgments, lots of court issues, lots of. I mean, the guy, in my opinion, is not going to pay her back. He's a bum. He's a scumbag. And you know what?
But
that might be.
This happened before? He has a lot of court cases.
He's had so many court cases. It's insane. Dan, I mean, you were there. What's your opinion?
It's bad. And what's really bad? He left. He just left, and he hasn't communicated
3 months
in November.
Now, so for 3 months, this guy that you talked to that said he's going to do the numbers and blah blah blah,
right,
hasn't talked to her for 3 months.
Right. And he didn't even put a tarp over the roof. There was inch gap that the weather was coming in on.
All right. Now, what we need to do is we need to get him arrested under the Contractors Trust Act. I'm going to the DA on this. This is egregious. This guy, the Contractors Trust Act, for those listening, says you have to take, when you take money in advance or on a job, it must be put in trust for that job. It cannot be used for any other reason. That is a true law, and it's been broken.
We have other callers that have called and said, hey, listen, this guy hasn't finished my job either, and I don't think he's showing up. The only reason I don't want to come on air is I'm terrified that he won't. So this guy's definitely, well, once again, my opinion, but you know, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Well, you know, I don't want to call him a crook just because he's a crook and took $68,000 and didn't call her for 3 months. I'll let people decide.
I think people need to see this number, know the number so they don't call it.
Well, better than that, we're getting the Sleaze Brigade ready. Listen, I got a photo of this character.
Okay, good.
Well, we think so. We're going to make sure it's him. Mr. He looks like some kind of, who's that cowboy from the cartoon? The weird
Sam?
No, the one from the newer kids one. Toy Story.
Oh, yeah, Woody.
He looks like Woody.
What's his phone number?
His phone number is 720-338-9018. 720-338-9018. If that comes up on your caller ID.
No, don't use that. Now, the good guy here, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Don't forget, he does cleanup work, but you should hire him from the beginning. 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Are you going personally to the DA's office? Or are you just going to call him?
No, I'm going to call him.
It was really bad.
Why?
Well, if you're one person, I want to go.
No, I want them to press charges.
But he just left.
The two I've called, the Arapahoe County and Jefferson County, act like they didn't have a clue what the act was.
I know, they don't. They don't. They don't know. We have to educate them.
Okay.
No, of course they don't. Nor do they want to deal with it.
Well, that was, I think, the bigger part of it.
Mile High City, and we're sitting at 55 with your traffic and weather. I'm Pete Wagner.
I'm getting so good at this program now.
And I find it so frustrating. You know what I find frustrating? Why can't you go on the page and do the dragging and stuff? You know what I'm saying? The placement and dragging. You have to do it on the side.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's writing code.
Yeah,
every time you do something, it's writing a line of code.
What are you building, Mark?
A landing page for a company hiring in a different state. So I'll send it out to people in his industry through Facebook. So it's a roofer. It's Jay Brett. So he's looking for some managers out in Wyoming. So I'll target all his competition that's on Facebook and target the managers.
Wow, thank you.
They are freaky fast. I love these guys.
I don't know. What time did you guys order this time?
I ordered about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Not that fast.
20 minutes isn't that fast.
This is from Tom. He's paying Mark back. He's paying Mark back one of his debts.
By the way, when you were out, Dave, Robert told me that he actually can't pay, so we put it on your card.
Robert.
I would have got it, but it's
Robert.
He said his name. Hi, Robert. So can you build a web page? So
thank you very much, Suzanne.
Paragon's having, they went to who the people on our list? John. They told me $4,500.
Food, hands prepared it.
Which one's parents?
All you need to do is call Holiday Travel.
Have them call me. Okay. That's going to be probably more than
he thought it would be like 4 or 5 minutes. He might have wanted somewhere else.
Tom, you get a sandwich without bread.
Public adjuster, that's
Is the guy just lettuce?
Tell him I can go.
Lettuce, not pita?
I was going to get it right
Just
chicken
have
out.
Does he have a domain? Oh shit! I got to go to Manny Mo and check.
Yeah, sandwich without bread a couple weeks ago.
I wish one of our people would open up the Castle Rock.
You were what? Hungry.
Oh, when you were done?
Like 20 minutes later.
Oh, after the unwich? I enjoy food so much more now when I eat once a day.
It is. I totally agree with that.
Is that part of your as I'm starting that next month, you're fasting. I'm starting that.
Intermediate fasting.
This month I'm doing literally every single day I eat between 4 and 6. But I also cut out almost any form of drug, except for caffeine, which is. But I'm trying not to do any
no heroin.
No heroin.
You break the stranglehold of addiction.
Crack. No crack at all.
Oh, it's a bitch getting off track.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But once you're off.
But when you go back, that first buzz.
Oh, that's a killer. That's a killer.
Love it.
Related to substance abuse, please know you're not
Still want your
alone.
kids
Help.
to
Call the Raleigh House today. They've established a special number to address your concerns. 720.
No, it's weird because I don't get hungry anymore until about.
That's 720-898-5555. The Raleigh House. The Raleigh House is a premier
he's the intake. Good guy.
You buzz Suzanne does a great sandwich. I told her this to use major chicken something. This is awesome.
Well, maybe the people are not there.
No,
I
that's not. Get that on me.
Robert said whoever picked his out really screwed up.
The Raleigh House.
She knows the truth.
720-893-5559. 720-893-5559.
I guess I should have known better.
You're learning.
We'll point out their bias, and we'll give you information you're not going to get anywhere else. Because that's what we do on this program.
Sean Hannity, coming up today at 1 on Denver's Top Station.
That's a good looking landing page.
Yeah,
I know.
Tom Martino here. I can't stress enough. Become the Banker is a great investment. They're advertising here because I believe in it. If you do a small policy on your children and put a lump sum in there, it can literally pay for their college, or you can use it for yourself and you can build up a cash value, borrow from it to buy a car or something else, and then as you move on, you can build up more cash value by borrowing from yourself and paying yourself back with high interest on purpose. And then in retirement, you just borrow and don't pay it back. The death benefit takes care of it. It's a great retirement plan, and there's no limit like there is with qualified plans. 303-779-6600.
And you can learn everything coming up at these seminars.
BecomeTheBanker.info to sign up. BecomeTheBanker.info. And on this nursing home, do you know if we have any vacancies left? Because I keep getting emails.
I think there's a couple. I can't say enough about these guys. They really specialize in memory loss.
You got to, yeah, they do. And while they specialize in Alzheimer's and memory loss, Mark, they do. You don't have to. In other words, they take average, ordinary clients as well.
Pets.
And what they do is called a one rent system, where you pay a rent, $3 to $4 grand it is, or right around there, and you get everything. I think it's around 4. You get everything, and that's all your snacks, all your meals, all your utilities, your room, and you can bring in your own furniture or use theirs or a mixture. And they allow pets under circumstances. You know, you got to call for details.
And they're beautiful homes with gazebos.
The homes were built specifically to do this. It's not like they converted an old home. These are new homes, or relatively new. 303-795-0784. We'll try to find out.
And they take a lot of insurances.
We'll try to find out if there's a vacancy. I mean, I think there were 10, and I'm not sure how many were filled, but it's a rare thing to have that many. 303-795-0784. It's goldenorchard.com. You really would do your loved ones a benefit by doing it. Now we're waiting for people to call who want to give their Valentine's Day love messages to their loved ones live on the air. So if you call, we'll surprise your loved one and let you do it, and then you'll have the podcast to keep for the future. The other thing, of course, we're still doing ordinary problems, questions, and complaints, or extraordinary, doesn't matter. Robert has a comment, in general, I guess, on Valentine's Day. Go ahead. Robert?
Is it Robert?
Hey, yeah, you. Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
So here's how cheap I am. This is the 3rd year in a row that I sent my wife flowers the day before Valentine's Day, and I told the florist it's her birthday, even though her birthday isn't until September, and you save like 50%.
Are you kidding me? The day before. And why what about the birthday, though? What does that have to do with saving money?
Because that way they don't tie it to Valentine's Day and upcharge me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so all the people...
That is wonderful. Wait, if you mention Valentine's Day, there's an upcharge?
Well, they jacked the prices for Valentine's Day. Hey, can I just tell you that 14 years ago this month, I was listening to you and Raleigh Purefoy complaining about a hazardous waste company charging too much for contaminated gas. I got back to the branch, asked the people, is that true? And in May of that year, instead of February when I heard you, I started my own hazardous waste company and have been successful for 14 years because of you and Raleigh.
That is so cool. That is really cool. And you still have it. So what do you do on a day-to-day basis?
Oh, it literally every manufacturing plant, every auto body shop.
Whoever has hazardous waste.
Yeah, we're Enviro-Serve, and I tell everyone my Tom Martino.
That's cool. So you have to be prepared to pick up anything.
Oh, yeah.
But you have a regular route, right?
No, that's the other good thing about us is we're same day or next.
That is cool.
We don't have transportation.
Give the name quickly again.
Enviro-Serve.
Enviro-Serve. Thank you. I'm Tom Martino. We got an hour to go. You'll be thrilled with what we talk about. Get your loved ones a message live on the air. Just give us a call, 303-713-TALK and 303-MARTINO. Both work.
Great sandwiches. I've never eaten.
Aren't they nice?
I've never eaten a Jimmy
Jimmy John's is good. It's a good place. It's a really good place.
Can't eat until I've had my medicine in half hour. I'm on. Talking about a rigid schedule.
I know.
Why? What would happen if you ate?
It would dissolve them. They wouldn't be as effective.
What?
He's on OxyContin. It dissolves it. But that pill, just I watched you talk about it here on the when you had the label on the table. That brown pill. It's a 60 milligram OxyContin, and that's a 40. Those are 40, so it's brown. They need the food to disperse throughout your body correctly.
But your stomach acid needs to start breaking that down first. And it's way more effective if you do everything on schedule.
You want to roll.
You mean you don't get high if you don't say shoot it?
Oh no, I don't get high anyway.
It's hard. It's really hard.
You know how long you got to bake it for?
Yeah, well, just
bake what?
If you're going to take the intravenous.
Let me ask you this. It's so dangerous. Doing anything other than what you're supposed to.
Have you ever taken it anally?
Yeah, Quartet's here.
No, it probably work.
Thank you.
An enema? I guarantee it would absorb quicker.
My first wife was
an enema.
You know, a long time ago, the drug addicts used to take, there was morphine in enemas. And they used to take and go to the drugstore, buy these enemas for hemorrhoids, and they would dissolve the medicine and get the morphine out of them so they could speed it up. There's no morphine in them now.
No, I mean, they still do drugs.
Yeah.
My first wife was a model, and to stay skinny, lunch, everything else.
And you make it in that trash can over there?
Oh!
Lunch!
I hit the rim.
Used to do
It was lunch if you hit the rim.
wine enemas because it would get them stoned without making them fat.
A wine enema?
Wine enemas.
I've always had a problem about cramming things in my
I know.
rectum.
Coffee enemas, there's people that get addicted to them.
Yeah. Well, the models do crap like that, all kind of stuff like that to stay skinny. My first wife was a model.
Well, the best thing they do are.
Well, yeah, flipping they call it.
What do they call it?
Flipping. Some of them did flipping.
What do they call it on Seinfeld?
Oh, no, God, Reed.
You two got me watching Seinfeld.
Did you watch it?
Night. I'm addicted.
I love Seinfeld.
What is it?
Redeposit?
Refunding.
Refunding. Okay.
Refunding.
The jockeys also do.
Why was George upset?
Because he had to pay for it.
That's right.
When you're building metal buildings, when you get to the roof, you can't put anybody up there over 130 pounds on the roof because the sheets can, what they call taco, it's 5 feet between them, and it's only 3 foot wide sheet, and they can fold in until they're screwed down. It's hard finding guys that work that are under 130 pounds.
Oh, God.
With no brain.
You hang out at the track, get some of those jockeys.
That's exactly what we did. We got
David Anders looks pretty skinny.
And they would go to lunch.
Let me tell you, most jockeys at small tracks are making like 24 a year.
Yeah, they don't make very much money.
But you can buy them free lunch because they don't eat much.
Yeah. Well, no, they eat it and then they flip it an hour later. And matter of fact, all the jockeys would all, at 11 o'clock, we started early, we went to lunch. And at 12:30, man, they'd be gone. They'd be gone for a few minutes. And everywhere else in your home. Be gone flipping. I know. I know, that sounds like it'd be like it eats your esophagus up or something, you know.
I guess you train yourself to adapt to anything if you really want to do it bad enough.
Did they stick, I never forgot to ask them, they stick their finger down their throat or how they do it?
How they throw up?
Yeah.
I'm sure that's how.
I think that's how they do the game response.
Right.
I never did ask him.
Have you ever tried to throw up?
Not on purpose.
Well, that's what I mean. Have you ever tried?
Maybe when I was having the spins when I was younger and stuff.
Well, I've been trying to throw up to get out of going to school. It's not easy.
I probably only thrown up about 5 times my whole life.
I mean, so you don't have any loss, right? Yes, it's terrible, but you can't use it.
My nephew tries for Frontier knives, or A320s. So when he was flying those Lears, there was some special model that has a small body and a big engine. They're made for ambulances. I can't remember, but they went to 55,000.
Yeah, Lears. There's a few of the older Lears that go that high.
I don't think these
I
were
won't
older.
tell you this.
Well, I don't know.
I've been in business 40 years.
But I know they were made
about
just
40
for
years,
ambulances.
all
They were
fire
designed
plural.
for rocket across for ambulances.
And the total reason why that I am able to do business the way I do it is because of that call that your company made to my mom and dad. Because it's easier to do the right thing than it is to do the wrong thing. In the long run, it's so much easier, and it makes you sleep better, which makes you more productive the next day.
But it is more practical. People don't understand it's harder to run scans.
Try to cover one line with another line.
He's got to be on all the time. You got to remember what you said.
Yeah.
Or versus
I'm not good enough to remember what I said.
And but how can people like this say that? How can they take that much money from someone and never show up? I would be in jail if I did that. I swear to God, why do some people get away with stuff?
You should have seen this stuff. The worst thing about it, he just took off.
The owner of why don't people like that end up in jail? Mark, do you think if I went and took $68,000 from somebody, and I did nothing, don't you think someone would come and arrest me?
Even if only if you did $6 grand worth of stuff.
Hey, doesn't the government do that every day?
The IRS, that's a good point. That's a very good point. If he Ted. Wait, it's a tri-tip.
What were you talking
Tom, what,
for better prices.
Hold on, guys, we have some spots coming. Oh, no, we don't.
Give them a call.
Yeah, we do.
720-526.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
I can't hear you.
720-526-3939 and fixmyhome.com. That's
Brent's ready.
fixmyhome.com.
What? Brent's ready.
This is the Troubleshooter Show.
On 630 KHOW.
Hi, welcome to the show. I'm Tom Martino, your consumer advocate. They call me the Troubleshooter, fighting for you this hour, brought to you by Ideal Home Loans for your next ideal home loan. Hey, if you have a problem, a question, or complaint, get right in. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Of course, you can also give us a call at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. And on a very special day today, we're asking people, if you want to give a Valentine's live on the air, a Valentine message, a message of love, we are calling your loved ones and allowing you to publicly declare your love live on the air. We also have a very special treat, the Singing Valentines, which is provided by Sound of the Rockies Chorus. A quartet comes to us today. We'll be hearing from them as well. ValentineQuartet.com. In fact, for $60, they'll serenade your loved one, which includes a rose, a box of chocolates, and 2 songs. So that's what they're doing. If you go to ValentineQuartet.com, and if I have to spell it for you, you're too stupid to love someone, and don't worry about it. ValentineQuartet.com, $60, a rose, a box of chocolates, and 2 classic love songs. And I'm just kidding about that, by the way. I'm just kidding about this too stupid. Brent Ivinson from Ideal Home Loans wants to talk about VA loans because there's a big push on VA loans. If you're a veteran, you can benefit. Brent?
Well, that's right, Tom. You know, this is what we hear out of veterans again and again. A lot don't realize that you can use your eligibility multiple times. This is not a one and done. And here's why this helps so many. I really feel this is one of the best products in our industry, and here's why. You can borrow 100% of your home's value to refinance in order to consolidate bills, pay off debt, get money for home improvements. If you're looking to buy, you can finance 100% of your home's purchase price, all with no monthly mortgage insurance.
And that is a great deal for veterans, of course, and for anyone that may be approaching an equity situation due to the appreciation. You can get rid of your private mortgage insurance. And with VA loans, of course, you have low payments. Call about all your loans. Ideal Home Loans, 303-867-7000. Whether refining or buying, 303-867-7000 or idealhomeloans.com. And speaking of real estate, Frank Duran, the real estate man, would be the one to help you look for a home. If you're looking and you need to get a loan, you probably need to get a loan because you found your dream home. Frank will help you, and he is the best. Or if you're looking to sell your home and upgrade, or sell your home and downgrade to a smaller home, whatever you want to do, Frank can handle it. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. You'll get no one better. 303-920-1622. All right, so we have Tracy. Hello, Tracy.
Yes, sir.
You want to give a love message to your Rebecca, your wife. How long have you been married?
34 years.
Happy Valentine's Day, and we have a very special treat for Rebecca right after your message. We're going to open up the mics to the Valentine Quartet and let them sing. So right now, happy Valentine's Day, Rebecca. This message is live on the air from your husband. Go ahead, Tracy.
Rebecca, I love you. I can't believe you put up with me for 34 years. You've been through, I've put you through so much, and you mean more to me than chocolates and flowers.
Oh, I love you too, baby.
That is so cool. Thank you very much. Now listen, Rebecca, we have a special song for you. Let's hear it, guys.
What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love.
Oh, great, guys. What a great one to start with. If anyone has a love message, call us. Yes, Suzanne.
You want to know something funny, and I can't tell you this in your ear. Line 2 and 4 called for each other, and they don't know it.
Oh, my goodness. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, so take them.
Oh, hey, Robin, you called for Jacob, and Jacob called for you. Jacob, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, let's listen to Robin, because, oh no, by the clock, you called in 3 minutes earlier. So, Jacob, you go first and talk to your wife, Robin.
All right, basically, I just want to tell you, sorry I'm all caught up with it, but I just want to tell you that I love you, and that I'm looking forward to spending the rest of my life with you.
Robin?
Yes.
Your turn.
Oh, I just wanted to call and tell him that I love him, and it's been the best 11 years that it could possibly be with him.
Do you guys have any kids?
We have a stepdaughter. I have a stepdaughter, his daughter.
Okay. Well, listen, you guys have a happy Valentine's Day, and you be listening. We're going to have some more serenading going on. It's great. Now, if you want to give a message, I don't want to shut out my consumer problems, questions, and complaints. So you can, if you can't get through, at 303-713-TALK, 713-8255, you get through at 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Now, of course, we love having Valentine's Day celebration, so it is a little different today. You put up with us. I think you're going to love what you hear. We have such a good bunch of people here. But I want to recap a serious note, unfortunately, because of that ripoff. There's no other way to put it. He took $68,000 from a woman for a home improvement.
David Anders.
David Anders, Anders Construction. We can't stress this enough. This guy is a criminal, in my opinion. You don't take $68,000 and simply stop calling. If what he told me was true, that, hey, Tom, you know, the It was way more than, I couldn't do it for that price, way more than I anticipated. We had to negotiate, except he didn't. He just left.
3 months he hasn't called her.
Now, there is a Contractors Trust Act in Colorado which says when money is taken on a job, it must be put in trust for that job. That means all of these contractors that take money and do nothing, they're breaking the law. And if it's egregious and intentional, or not even intentional, they could be committing a crime.
That's how we got Jay Lopez thrown in the pokey.
Yes, we did. And I think we should have David Anders arrested. The hell with suing him. He doesn't have the money.
In fact, Deputy Clint, get on it. Get these DAs to do something down there.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Jeffco together.
And then in the meantime, if you're listening, we could use some help on this one. I mean, call this guy and see why he's not giving the money back.
720-338-9018. Now, he may say, hey, listen, this is my business line, and you're interfering with my business. To that I say good. Because you should not be working right now if you are ripping people off.
We're going to have a picture of this clown up on Facebook, too, very soon. Referral list.
720-338-9018. David Anders, I'd like to know what he tells you. Jeffrey, you have a problem with a tenant, or are you a tenant?
I have a problem with a tenant.
What's going on, Jeffrey?
I have a tenant that is trying to use their security deposit as their last month's rent.
You know, I hate to tell you this, but I often give that as advice if they feel they have a dishonest or a sketchy landlord. What I mean is this. Many landlords will unjustly keep a deposit, and I say the way to get around that is don't pay your last month's rent and just leave, and then I say I only recommend that when they're sleazy, because they're going to keep your deposit, or if you've done no damage, but there's always something. Now, in your case, Jeffrey, the problem here is by the time you get an eviction, they're going to be out of there. Right?
Correct.
So,
that's correct.
If you're asking what to do, you would handle it like any unpaid bill. For example, if at the end there is money that must be taken out of a security deposit and you no longer have the security deposit, you still have to write to them and let them know that the deposit has been used for rent. If you don't, they're going to come back and sue you. That this could be a trick. So even if
treble damages, correct?
Yes. So even though they used the rent, the deposit, do you have anything in writing acknowledging that's what they're doing?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Then what you need to do is within 30 days by law, 60 days by lease, you can extend it to another 30 days. You need to write to them saying, as you informed me, you used your deposit as the last month's rent. However, we have found these deficiencies in the apartment for which we need full and final payment. Yes, Suzanne?
Just real quick, David Anders is on 12, but he's too wussy to come on the air. He wants to talk to you off the air.
Why don't you talk to him off the air? Can you go in and talk to him off the air?
Yeah, I'll do it. Hey, real quick on this. Brandon Siglian, though, has software for landlords that make everything this guy's talking about as easy as he gets.
Right, it's automated almost. Now, so Jeffrey, you need to notify them of what you're charging. Now, even if there's nothing wrong with the apartment, you still have to write to them saying, as required by law, I'm notifying you that your deposit was used as last month's rent and you have no more money coming. Okay? So write to them in either way. You write to them whether you have money coming, or whether they have money coming, or whether you're billing them. You have to write to them. Okay, guys, let's go into a break with a song. I'll let Brutus decide when he wants to go to a break. We'll just do this song, no going out. Ready? Go ahead.
Hello world is a song that we're singing. Well, come on, get happy. Ba-da-ba-da. A whole lot of loving is what we're baby, bring it. Come on, we'll make you happy. Come on, come on, come on. We had a dream we'd go traveling together and spread a little.
From the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic
A few
Center.
slow spots on the highway drive, but for
How did that light turn in automatically?
Hey, David, Mark
Can
Nation.
you do that 24? I can't do it when I'm on the air.
Yeah.
How did that come in automatically?
You're gonna give her the money back?
From there, okay. But you know, you can still do it. I just don't want you ever to
Hello?
do things ahead of time like that last night.
This is the other guy.
I echo, oh my God, it's terrible. It's not just echo, it's bad. So these two mics are picking them up great.
Actually, that was yesterday, so I'm not quite sure where your time has gone, but we went out there and we looked at it, and I tell you, you did about $6 grand worth of stuff. You did that roof, and that was it. Why don't we just do this? Why, if you really want to make it right with her, why don't we put the money somewhere? Let's hold it in escrow. Then we'll pay for a mediator, and whatever the mediator decides, she gets back. I would get... Okay, then how much you willing to put in a fucking escrow, as you put it?
He knows he didn't earn.
Yes, you did, man. How much did you have any money to give her back?
Because we're going for crime, criminals charge.
Well, you've got a lot of other money you already owe out there. You've got other money you owe out there. We're getting calls saying that there's other jobs you haven't finished.
Let me know 10 seconds.
Well, I'll tell you very soon when they decide to come on, because they're afraid you won't finish unless if they do talk up now.
5 seconds after that. So
just what's your intent, man? Are you going to make this right or not? I personally don't think you have the money.
Mark, we're going to have to...
Okay. Okay, and what did you spend it on? Where's all the materials you got? I was over there, there's no materials.
When he gives me 10 seconds, we got a 1 minute.
The materials are over there? Where are the materials, David? David, where are the materials? Where are they? She bought that. I have the receipts for it. The framing materials you did on the roof, she handed me the receipts on her Home Depot card. You know what? Here's the problem. Here's the problem. You're a liar. You're a thief and a liar. And we're going to keep going after you. Listen, we're going to put you out of business, man. We're going to put you out of business.
And get him arrested.
I can't wait to play this. I can't wait to play this back for everybody. Sue us. We love when people sue us.
Yeah, you sue us, bro. You sue us. You sue us, you asshole.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I never heard fucking faggot so many times in my life.
Mark, as soon as I do it, you go.
With this thing called love, I just can't handle it. This thing called love, I must get around to it. Ain't ready, crazy little thing called love.
Hey guys, that is great. Fix It 24/7 will come to your home, and for $39 you get a licensed, insured tech for plumbing, heating or cooling, and of course right now we're thinking about heating, right? So fixmyhome.com, $39, 720-526-3939. Here's what they'll do. No matter how long it takes, they'll find and identify the problem, give you an exact price for fixing it, and let you know in writing what's wrong. If you decide not to have the work done, fine. If you want the work done, they'll credit you the $39. But here's the point. You will never get the amount of work done, the quality of work done, and the same work done for a better price ever. $39 for a licensed tech into your home to diagnose a problem. So if you have a problem and you've been worried about it, you don't have to worry any longer. 720-526-3939. 720-526-3939. Welcome to the Valentine's edition of the show. I'm Tom Martino, and we have the Singing Valentines with us. They're offering a $60 package with a rose, box of chocolate, 2 classic love songs at the door. They're called the Valentine Quartet. They actually come from the Sound of the Rockies chorus. If you want to hire any quartet, just go to ValentineQuartet.com to make that order online, and there's still time to do it. Well, we have a love message we want to give, but before that, Mark, this Dave Anders calls. He refuses to go on the air.
No,
He's
of course
a coward,
not.
but he calls us the cowards. This guy is trying to justify $68,000. He took $68,000 from a lady. The man should be in jail.
We're going to do everything we can to get him there, too. This guy, we're going to have his picture up on Facebook. We finally validated this is him. He does look like Woody from Toy Story. But the guy is a criminal, in my opinion, and he's just a scumbag.
What did he say? You were talking to him off the air.
Well, I said, hey, listen, let's do this. We'll pay. You heard me. I said, we will pay for a mediator. Let's put what you have left of the money. Let's say $50,000 in escrow, which, of course, he doesn't have, and he acknowledged he doesn't have any of her money. So
he spent her money.
I said,
not on that job.
Well, he's claiming he did on that job, but I was there. There's nothing there.
He broke the law. He broke the law.
Yeah, and he's going to find out real quick. All this guy could do is drop F-bombs, call names. You know the deal. Where do they go when they're scared? They go right in the name calling. You know the deal.
Right. So,
listeners, please call this guy and just say give him the money back.
We are telling you, we need to put him out of business. This man is a leech. He's wrong. He's wrong.
And anybody out there that knows anything about him, we're going to put up his criminal past, we're going to put up everything. Anybody out there that has any insight, where he's working now, anything, please, live@troubleshooter.com. We want all the information we can get.
And we're putting real convictions up there.
Oh, that's it.
Real.
Yeah.
Okay. 720-338-9018. 720-338-9018. 720-338-9018. He actually said that he spent $68,000 on that job.
Sure did.
And he has done little or nothing.
Dan and I were out there. He did zero demo. There is no demo in the contract whatsoever. In fact, his contract says he won't do any demo. Homeowner does all the demo.
Okay, so
all that's been done is the demo, and then we've got, what is that called? The one large brace for that one section of roof.
A truss?
The beam or the truss, and then some roofing, maybe 30 feet.
Dan, were they rafters or trusses?
What was it, Dan? What's that main beam called?
Well, there's an engineered laminated beam.
A ridge beam. Right. A ridge beam.
Right.
And then he hung rafters off of it?
Right.
That's it.
Right.
He didn't even, there's not even shingles on it.
Right.
There's tarp on top of that. So you've got plywood, the rafters.
Okay,
that's it.
Decking,
he built, actually, he didn't even do the rafters. Those were still old.
No, rafters. The rafters for the building, no,
that's
those are new. They're 2x10s.
So if he built a roof structure, that could be $10,000.
No, we're talking a roof structure that's, how many feet was this thing? This isn't for the whole house.
40 feet.
It's one little room.
Yeah.
But that's what I said, $10,000. I said 6 to 10.
Did you take a picture of it?
Yes. In fact, I'll show it to you in a minute.
Okay, good.
Now, the other thing, though, that's mind-blowing about this, guess who paid for all the materials for that? She showed me the receipts. All he did was the labor. She purchased everything we just talked about.
So this guy is lying through the teeth.
I said, as I'm talking to him on the break, where are the materials? They're there. They're not there.
Why don't authorities do their job?
I think they will on this one.
How can they not? How can they not enforce a Contractors Trust Act? If there are any lawmakers around, could you tell me why that you passed this law and the local district attorneys, they do nothing? Why is that? Why is that? Think about this. If I went out on a business deal and I said to a guy, give me $68,000 and we'll do this, this, and this, and I made a few phone calls and started and stopped, don't you think that I would be arrested? No, seriously. No, do you think?
Of course you would be.
But why? Because they want to make a name for themselves. They say, okay, we got Tom Martino. He just did this. So it's not about helping people, is it? Because if it was about helping people, they would go and arrest this guy right now. And I know people in Jeffco have to be listening. The Jeffco County Sheriff's Office or the District Attorney.
Here's the other thing.
Call the Jefferson County District Attorney.
I don't mean to throw you off, but I'm looking at these pictures and I just remembered something else. The main, how do you put this, Dan? You're better at this. the beam that's actually holding the whole roof up would never pass inspection.
Right.
What he actually did wouldn't even pass.
Yeah, he didn't put it all the way down to
It's sitting on a wall from the inside. The roof is sitting basically on a 2x4 that's sitting on an interior wall.
That's why we need Mark Schmansky, for his second opinion out there.
Now, Chad, Patty, wants to give a tribute. Is that right?
Tom, it's so cute because Patty calls Chad Chatty.
Chatty. Okay, Chatty. Patty, thank you. Chatty, your wife Patty wants to give a live Valentine's Day message to you live on the air, and then we'll have a nice song to cap it off. So go ahead, Patty.
I love it. Beautiful. As a matter of fact, he just walked in with beautiful roses.
Oh, cool.
And Chatty, I want to thank you for 35 years of marital bliss.
Wow.
You're so kind and generous and loving, and you are such a great role model for your sons. I am so happy to have you as my husband.
That is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is. Now listen. This is for both.
How do you top that?
This is for both of you. Let's listen.
Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you. Let me hear you whisper that you love me too. Keep the love light going in your eyes so true. Let me call you sweetheart, I'm in love with you.
That's very, very good, guys. Very good. Hey, listen, we want to talk to Al Aramis now, 26 years in business. Happy Valentine's Day, Al. You have,
thank you, Tom.
In honor of 26 years in business, what do you have for us this Valentine's Day?
Tom, it's the most common service we need. That's why we always put it on. We need to do your oil change. That's what keeps your car running, staying on the road. We're going to do your oil change, rotate your tires. We're going to put wiper blades of standard sizes, fill all your fluids, give you roadside assistance with it. We'll do it for $26 if you call now. This is a great deal, synthetic blend oil. Come in and we'll do a full inspection of your car. Tell you where your car is at, give you a written report, take pictures of everything you need. That's complimentary.
That is one heck of a deal. 2 locations near Evans and I-25 if you go just east and north on Dahlia, and then south of Bowles on Santa Fe, right next to Arapahoe Community College. It's 303 Pro Auto. Give them a call for this $26 oil change, tire rotation, and wiper blades. You can't even buy the parts for that. 303 Pro Auto.
From the Fox Business Network on Wall Street, the market opened.
Get all over a $50 shoplifting.
Oh no, you don't think you'd be going for a beer with Andrews or
$60, right? Yeah, what part of town? Any part of town? Lakewood? Okay.
Okay, look at the photo I sent you. Pull up the photo I sent you.
We have to send it to you.
No, you have to call and do it. You have to do it.
What time?
What do you mean I got it?
Clint, you have to do it. You have to go online and do it.
Is that a house? Is that the house?
Oh, I gotta go online and do it? Yes, you gotta go on. Otherwise,
We
they
can make it happen.
Okay.
probably won't.
Okay.
So there's a.
First of all, this is
Oh,
what's
okay.
here.
It may not
That's
be
new.
It will be
And the
somebody
raft.
doing
In the rafters, that's it. But, see this beam is held up? That is 2x4s sitting on an interior wall.
Interior wall on the one side.
not a load beam.
He doesn't know because he hasn't been down there.
But this is it. And he did that for a distance. I even argued with that. I think it's maybe
It's probably 35
30 feet. Okay, fair enough. That's all he's done. And she paid for all the materials.
That's done wrong.
Not only that, 2 mounts.
You know that's done wrong. Yes, this
Actually, I'm going to send you a better picture than this. Look at these. Look how old these are.
Yeah, these are. Oh, thank you.
No, no, not that these are old. He didn't.
I understand rafters.
Look at this.
Right.
What's like up until about 5?
I might have just sent you another one. See if you got another.
Yeah, I've got a leave actually.
I can send you like the room, but
I'm going to.
That's all he did. And she paid for all the materials.
all the stuff there.
These moon lamps are expensive. She bought them.
Yep, she paid for them at Home Depot. She gave me the receipts. So we've got all the receipts of the check she wrote him, $68,000, and then we've got all the receipts of all the materials she made. You know what's even more frustrating? It was was over a long period. How much did she pay him?
Yes, it was like, I don't have the rest of them, but she started July 15th. She paid me $5,000.
Before he did anything. Exactly.
Great guy.
She got so
Is
screwed.
that beam sitting on the, just a 2x4
She
coming
should've-
up from the roof?
She should have told her.
You know, they do that.
Yeah, it goes right through an interior wall.
But that's done a lot while they're waiting for the beam to come in.
Yeah, but it's not sitting on
This
top.
is the beam is sitting on top of it.
You know, Suzanne, I'm not an idiot. I would never say $4,200 a year, ever in a million years.
4,200 a year.
For rent. The person wanted to have it for $4,200 for the year.
Have what?
Golden Orchard. I never even mentioned $4,200.
What was the beam sitting on? You said it was-
So please tell Farrell that. I mean, she's got to know. I mean, we have to literally tell her I didn't do that. Why would she even bother even saying that?
We had to have on a beam, you had to give me a 30 beam under it and on either side. You could stack enough 2x4s, but
Here, look at this, Clint.
for a header,
There's all the pictures.
Oh, you got them? Oh, those are the ones she took, though.
Okay, guys, this is the countdown. When it gets to 30, we're going to be on. We're just saying something.
Yeah, remember when the spot comes up, you get it. Okay.
10. Okay, you can start.
Is Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Like the man says, baby, just in time. I found you just in time. Before you came, my time was running low. I was lost, the losing dice were tossed. My bridges all were crossed.
Hey, Carla! You have a message for your husband live on the air. Rick, your wife, Carla, wants to give you a message live on the air on the Tom Martino Show. Happy Valentine's Day, and it's in front of everyone. Carla, go ahead.
Happy Valentine's Day, Rick. You are my guy. We've been married 40-plus years. You're going to take care of me for the next 2 weeks for my $4,000 Valentine knee replacement present. And I love you very much. I want you to know you are appreciated, and happy Valentine's Day.
Rick.
I love you too.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you very much, guys. You notice all of the long-term marriages we had. That's really cool. Wow. Okay, we'll keep going here. This is a great day. A lot of people having fun. And Richard has a question. Richard, what is your question?
Oh, good afternoon, Tom.
Hey.
A friend of mine said you had a problem with tinnitus.
Yeah.
And he said you somehow got relief. I'd just like to know what your story is.
Well, I did a commercial for Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center. I represent them as a spokesperson because they're the ones that help me. Now, I will tell you there are a number of there are no medications that work for tinnitus, okay? Unless it's caused by an infection, and when the infection goes away, the tinnitus does. But tinnitus can come from an injury or from an infection and stay. And tinnitus is more of a nerve problem than a hearing problem. So, Colorado Tinnitus has two ways of treating it. One is masking. And masking does cover it. It's a hearing aid that kind of generates a sound you don't notice, but it kind of minimizes or erases the tinnitus when you're wearing the hearing aids. The good part about that masking is the longer you wear those hearing aids, when you take them off, the tinnitus doesn't immediately return. Now that's one way of treating it, called masking. Another way is by I call it erasing or deleting that part of the nervous system that hears that sound. And that's called Dysynchra. Dysynchra is something that you wear 4 to 6 hours a day for 30 weeks, I believe it is. And that you have to, and I started the treatment, but for various reasons I couldn't do it. I have the equipment and I'm going to restart it. And what it does is it generates noises that confuse your nervous system in that range, and then it eradicates it. Eventually, your mind ignores it. And it's supposed to be permanent. The reason I say supposed to is because clinical trials have not gone on forever. So for as long as they've gone on, the tinnitus has not returned. And I think it's been over 10 years. But once you get this treatment, this Desyncra treatment, it's like an iPod, you keep it. So even if it would come back in 10 or 12 years, you re-wear this thing for another session, and the idea is it'll make it go away again. So those are the two treatments.
All right. How is your tinnitus right now?
My tinnitus, if you in the morning, it's the worst. And if you had to rank the worst time in the morning on a 1 to 10 scale, it used to be an 8 to 9, and now it's about a 4 without any kind of hearing aid. Now, if I wear the hearing aids, it goes away, so I don't have any problem. But without the hearing aids, it's about a 4.
I see.
So you're always going to need either a treatment or a masking device to make it go away. Otherwise, now the masking device for me did help, or my body just got better, and because I got it from an infection. So Colorado Tinnitus and Hearing Center, okay? And I hope that's enough for you. Now, David has a problem with his home. David, what's going on with you, Dave?
Hi, Tom.
What's happening?
I think I sold my house a long time ago with Macquarie. I don't know what. I know you always tell everybody that. You already sold your house, so you're through. There's nothing we can do for you. But I just hope I don't get kicked out of my house.
Tell me. Okay, David, I'm a little confused.
Years.
What are you calling about right now?
I don't know when that letter's coming to.
What letter, David?
The letter I'm an interest-only loan house.
Right now, you have an interest-only loan, okay?
Yeah, from Macquarie.
From Macquarie. So you have a line of credit that you've taken out. When did you take out that line of credit?
I can't even think. My papers are so thick. I can't even.
Was it 10 years ago? Was it 1 year ago? Was it 20?
I think this year's 10 years. I think this year's 10 years.
So you took out a line of. You took out a line of credit on your home, and you've been paying interest only for 10 years.
Yes.
Okay. Have you stopped making interest-only payments?
No.
Okay.
No.
What is your payment?
I've been putting extra payments.
What is your payment?
Payments is adjustable rate 5 to 9, 500 to 900.
Okay.
It depends on the interest rate at that
time.
Now,
what is? As long as you keep paying interest only, you'll stay in your house. But how much is the principal? Do you know?
It's 202.
202,000. Okay. So what is your question right now?
I just want to know what I could do when they do send me that letter.
What letter are you talking about?
Refinance.
Why will they send you a letter? They love having you.
He might have had a term on it. He might have had interest only for, say, 10 years.
This suitcase is so thick, I don't even know where to look for that.
Hey, David.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Here's what you should do then, if you don't know. Go to refinance it right now.
I'm guessing you can't.
What's that?
You know what, Tom? They're taking all the machines out of my wife's job at Jefferson.
Yeah.
And they're closing up shop.
Which means she's going to lose her job?
She's had a job there for 20-something years.
And she's going to lose her job?
She has a good 401k. She's been a good wife to me.
And what about it? I mean, is she the main breadwinner?
Yeah, I'm on Social Security and I'm in a wheelchair.
And how much disability do you get?
$859.
And what does she get? What does she make a month?
She makes like $20 an hour.
So, can she find? Did they tell her she's going to be laid off?
They have tags on all the big, huge, billion-dollar machines that they leased on them.
Let's have Daphne call him off air. Maybe if he gives permission while he's on the line, we can call over and see what's going on with his loan.
Yeah, but what about this, David? You're calling because you're afraid that your loan is going to be called due. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, is your house in good?
Too bad.
Is your house in good condition?
Oh yes.
Okay. So, your house is worth about $400.
Yeah, everybody else selling for $380, 380.
Okay, let's say 3. So you only need a 75% loan, maybe. No, even less. Maybe a 60% loan. You should be able to get a loan pretty easily.
Oh yeah.
With your wife's income and your disability, yes, you should be able to. Especially because you lived there a long time. And Mark is gonna have someone contact you. You should be able to get a loan. But don't get a loan if you don't need to, because this interest only is not hurting you. In an appreciating market, it's not hurting you.
Most of those have an expiration now. I've seen some that don't have an expiration for 30 years, though.
Oh, yeah?
We need to find out when your loan is due. That's the only thing we need to know.
But don't worry, if everything you said is correct, it's worth over $400, you owe $200 on it, you're not going to lose your house.
Right. We won't let that happen.
Well, that sounds good. I just don't want to, this is not a good February 14th for me.
So hold on, David. Make sure we get your information. 303-713-TALK. David, when I met you about 35 years ago, what problem did I help you with?
With the little green cleaning machine.
That's
the motor burned out when you put hot water in it.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. And they said it wasn't made for hot water. We had a joke. And then you had a little puppy at the time.
Yeah, my little dog named Chiquito.
That's right.
Now, how do you remember
Your
that?
memory is
I just do.
Well, yeah, but then he loses his card, his scan card to get in the door every 4 days.
I remember every call I've ever taken if they remind me.
That is so bizarre.
As soon as I hear him, I'll remember it. That's right.
But
yeah, I will.
But you got to look for your cell phone by the hour.
I know. It's weird. It is weird. 303-713-TALK. Now, after David's call, make sure we get his information. We will have wide open lines. And if you want to test me, if you've ever talked to me 15 or 20 years ago, call me. And then I may ask a little question, like I didn't remember the exact problem that I talked to him about, but I knew that voice, and he was on Broadway. Find out if he lived on Broadway. Suzanne, find out. Is he on Broadway? Yeah, find out.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's on Broadway. Yep. And I remember.
See what street he lives on.
Yeah, find out. Call him back. I think it's on, Broadway.
No way.
Why do I think Broadway? We'll find out. 303-713. It was Broadway?
Broadway in Tacoma or something like that?
Yeah. I told you. I remember.
That's incredible.
Yep. 303-713-8255. So you see, you're not just a number when you call this show. You are a person. You are a real person. So, call now, and we'll get our Singing Valentines to sing your love a song, or you can give them a message live.
Do you guys know Creeping Death by Metallica?
All right, so we're going to do a song right now and then take a quick break. But I want to tell you first about Aurora Orthodontics and TMJ. I'm serious. If you ever want to give someone a gift, don't buy them veneers and cosmetic dentistry. That's a cover-up. Because that really is a cover-up where it costs 50 or 60 grand for a whole mouth, 20,000 just for the front teeth. If you want to do something really good, have their jaw totally aligned and their teeth straight naturally with Dr. Kent Lawson, the new orthodontics. They use a series of mouthpieces that gradually widen the palate, straighten the teeth. Then he uses Invisalign braces. And before you're thinking, oh, no, that's years and years, it's 2 years for the entire process. Plus, it'll cure any TMJ and sleep apnea at the same time, plus a beautiful smile. And it's all for about less than a quarter of the cost. Probably less than a fifth or sixth of the cost of veneers. Give them a call, 303-690-0100.
Somebody loves me. I wonder who. I wonder who she can be. I wonder who can she be? Well,
from the L&L Heating and Air Conditioning Traffic Center.
I'm hearing too, is that because I'm plugged in years, but you're still hearing too?
No, I don't hear him. He's talking to you. He thinks he's talking to me. Yeah, okay. No matter how many times I tell him he's not talking to me.
He knows who the boss is.
Well, he was trying to get a commercial in, but you did it anyway.
That's right.
Oh, it's David Anderson. He's doing a job.
Anderson or Anderson?
How do we know?
That's what the guy said.
Where? Does he have the address?
Give me the address.
Email me the address.
The people may be ripped off.
Customers at Lowe's save 5%
And he's going to use their money to pay this one back. Maybe.
business credit account. That's 5% on all purchases in store or online. Subject
Once
to
they get caught in this problem for Peter to pay Paul, they never get money.
No, it's hard, and that's why they invented that Contractors Trust Act, although there's not too much enforcing it unless they...
Nobody's enforcing it.
Well, unless they get burned,
I would love to go to the DA's office and talk to him.
What were they going to do? They're not going to... Tom's been talking to them for 40 years.
I would love to.
You might be able to pressure him. Yeah, let's do it. I'm ready.
Can you make one? I'll have Daphne do it. Okay. I'll have Daphne do it. She'll be good at it.
Maybe we sit down with their media person and the DA at the same time.
And like I say, I can see how hard they step all over a shoplifting thing, and then North and Fuller.
It's a civil matter.
Does he call Fuller injury law?
Oh, look at this quote from Trump. I hate it.
What is it?
It's just it's
inflammatory. Again?
NBC. No, it's quote Trump quote. I'm totally opposed to domestic violence of any kind. I mean, well, no shit. I mean, why are they even putting that up there? It's so. Not only that, it's breaking news. Breaking news. Trump is opposed to domestic violence.
I'm surprised they didn't reword it.
Who's that guy
It refuses to take a stand on domestic violence.
Who's that guy whose ex-wives are getting thrown money in the
I should have shorted the things.
1 minute?
Shoulda, coulda.
Should have, could.
Okay, 30 seconds, guys. So I'll tell you when.
Ooh, I know where Sun Country is. It happens to be very far in Elizabeth. Very far.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Dream about you, dream about you, dream about you tonight. Oh, all I do is dream of you the whole night through. With a dawn I still
Hello, Warren. How are you doing?
Dream of you.
Hey, Lois. Warren called, and he wants to wish you live on the air in front of everybody happy Valentine's Day and express his love publicly. Go ahead, Warren.
Hey, Lois.
Hey.
I just want to.
Go ahead.
I just want to thank you for 55 years of marriage and the 2 great kids that we have. So this is our special day, and Friday will be our 55th anniversary. Great day.
That is wonderful.
You know, if you married her on Valentine's Day, you'd only have to get 1 gift.
Yeah. So
that's a good idea.
Congratulations,
right?
Lois. 55
thank you so
years.
Much. I appreciate that.
Well,
hey, that's really neat, Warren. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for participating. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. What a cool show, huh? And if you have anyone you want to express your love to, we only have a few minutes left. Or if you have a problem, of course. Robert, what can we help you with, Robert?
Hi, Tom. I've got a double-pane window in my house that my grandson broke out the inner pane of that window. And I'm just wondering if you have anybody in Colorado Springs that could repair them.
No, they're going to have to do the whole pane. They can't just do the inner pane. They'll take that whole thing out and do it all new.
You know who we don't have them anymore, but
no, we don't.
There used to be a company that would do that one pane.
No, well, wait, the single pane?
The single pane. We had it done,
Wait, and then they sandwich it together with the outer pane? Or do you mean they'll do the single pane but double pane?
They'll do the single pane. Who was it? What was the name of that company?
5280.
5280.
No, but that's not what they...
What would they do?
Here's what they would take out the broken double pane, the one that only has one pane, one layer, okay? I know what you mean. It is one pane.
Yes.
But it's 2 layers. So they would take out the single layer broken double pane.
And replace it.
And replace it with, and they would make it custom to that size, the double layer pane.
On site.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Yes.
That wuss guy, Dave Anders, is on 12 again, cussing at me. He doesn't want to come on the air, but he wants to complain to you. So just so you know, he's holding on again.
What's his phone number? We'll call him back.
Talk to him while we're on the air. Go ahead. You don't have to put him on the air, but go ahead. Just talk to him. Tell him we're going to have him arrested.
Go ahead, David. What do you got to say this time?
This is David Anders talking to Mark off the air because he's a pussy and he won't come on the air. Okay? There. Hello? Tell him what.
Just read. All she wants is a refund. You didn't call her for 3 months, man. There's no excuse for that.
And it's against the law.
I hung up on me. You see how nice I was that time?
You were.
I mean, could I have been nicer?
Let's give his number out here.
This is my nice voice.
Let's give him 720. Listen, the guy needs to be arrested. This is not a small thing. He robbed this woman of $68,000 and is lying about it. 720-338-9018. 720-338-9018. And if he changes his number, we'll give out his other number. This guy needs to be stopped, and literally, we want to put him out of business. Not figuratively. We want him out of business. Now, Fred, what's going on with you, Fred? Hi.
Hey, Tom.
Yes, sir.
No complaints today like everybody else. I just wanted to call and thank you. It was about 25 years ago you helped me with the problem. And
hold on, I want to see if he remembers it.
No,
don't say anything else.
I don't remember the problem. I gotta be prompted, then I'll remember all the details. But in any case, what was the problem?
I hired an automotive shop down in Denver to put a new engine in my truck. They were jerking me around for a couple days, and I went down there and didn't tell them I was on the property, but I couldn't find my vehicle. I found it 2 or 3 blocks away on a public street, unlocked, where anybody could have gone in and stole all my tools. And I had remembered the guy had a picture of you with your signature on it behind his desk when I originally made the deal with him.
Oh.
When I called you, you said you absolutely did not endorse this shop.
Right.
He shouldn't have that picture there.
Did we call him?
Within hours, you were down there shutting him down, and you arranged somebody else you knew to finish my truck.
And I don't remember those details like I should. I remember it only vaguely. It's not as clear as the other guy, but that's great that you called. How many years ago was it?
At least 25, so there's no reason to remember.
Well, most of the time I do, but was this, now, did he already say where it was located or not? Did he say where it was?
No.
I thought, there is a similar case like this where a guy was saying he was endorsed by me along Santa Fe, or it was in an industrial area. I don't know if it was Santa Fe or not. Where was he located?
This one was just south of I-70 around Wadsworth.
No, I don't remember that one. But there was a guy in Santa Fe.
You showed up with the state police and shut him down and got my truck fixed elsewhere and got me back to work. It was fantastic.
Cool. I'm so happy that you called me. Thank you. Now, we have Sue, who wants to make a Valentine's wish for her hubby, Chuck. Hey, Chuck, listen to this. Live on the air, your wife decided Happy Valentine's Day, and she wants to say it live on the air. Go ahead, Sue.
Hi, hon. I just want to thank you for 51 years of marriage, and have known you since I was 6 and you were 7.
That's
true. That's pretty early. Did you hear when they met?
When?
6 and 7.
No.
Yeah.
Really?
We've known each other 65 years.
When did you know you were in love?
About 12.
12 years old? That is so cool. And by the way, we'll be ending the show today with the Singing Valentine, so let's wrap it up with a great song, and I'll give you the cue when we have just a little time left. I want to thank Robert for being on, and Robert Bremmel is our common man today. Now, to get the Valentines, the quartet to your door with a box of chocolates, a rose, and they'll sing 2 songs. It's ValentineQuartet.com. Troubleshooter.com. They come from Sound of the Rockies. It's a big chorus. They're wonderful, and they have several different quartets that will go around doing this.
They got a show coming up at DU, right, guys? What is that called? It's coming up right in March.
The name of the show is going to be Jukebox Heroes, and it's going to be on March the 24th at the Newman Center at DU.
We got 30 seconds. Bring us out. And save all your problems for me.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me, and in my mind, imagine how the world will be so very fine.
Get a licensed plumber or HVAC tech in your home for just...
We're done. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Another Valentine's Day down the
That dude's definitely got Kalen Eccles syndrome. That time he was like the nicest guy ever.
He was nice there?
Well, he knows we're going to put him in jail. Listen, he's going to ask people about us, and they're going to say, don't fuck with him. See, they always think it's going to go away. They don't understand.
All right.
Hey, guys.
Hey, guys. See you next year. Next year.
Mark, I got to call in next week to get my I wanted to get my bitch out on the
Cool.
Forgot.
You wanted to do a 15-second rant on air.
I was going to say,
any day you want.
I forgot to call in. My rant is
at my house, so I better get home.
Handicapped people are the worst parkers in the world.